Jason Gavin, who we've seen in this country before. Lost last Easter against Anthony Joshua in Newcastle. He's also lost to Deontay Wilder. We were there that night as well, Jim, in America, the night that Kell Brook won his world title against Sean Porter. He's a good old pro, Jason Gavin, but it's still a terrific opportunity, this, for David Allen, who was 24 this week, and a guy that admits he's got to do a bit of maturing himself to really just grow up and make a statement here, and he's certainly looking to try and unsettle Gavin early here.
Gavin complaining already. I mean, we have to hope that Gavin was already training for something. You know, he's a journeyman now, and they have to keep themselves fit at all times, but early signs are not too promising. Now he's grabbing hold round the legs and all that. He's losing his way. Usually he uses experience to bob and weave, get himself out of trouble. But he's just grabbing hold now. It's just a survival job.
Yeah, he's got a body of work behind him and some good names. I mean, obviously Wilder and Joshua are the ones that stand out, but he lost to them in 3 and 4, but had a win last time out just against a club fighter, but he's looking to complain and moan about everything here. Literally didn't get the call until Tuesday for this. And doesn't appear to want too much of this, which is a real shame for David Allen, who trained really hard, put a lot into this for the last 10 or 11 weeks, getting ready for Richard Towers. And it took a bit of a mental switch up for David. He had to get his head around the fact that that fight had gone.
Yeah, Allen's doing fine. No, he's just dropped his hands there, just as I'm saying that. Right. Give Gavin the chance, he's going to take it.
The first of his trademark woos when he took it.
I mean, you know he's not in shape, Gavin, so you realise any danger he does bring is going to be in the first round, maybe second round. So Allen just wants to be a little bit careful. I think, see Gavin's experienced. He complains about things, then the referee gets involved. You know, I think he's trying to con the referee, but he's not going to do that with Howard Foster.
Yeah,
he's giving him a bit of tongue as well. Yeah, a good solid jab there from Allen.
Yes,
yeah, just wants to keep it tight in the early rounds, because that's all that Gavin's going to have. You know, a couple of rounds early where he'll give it a go. Oh, good shot.
Yeah, much better this from Allen. And yeah, there goes Gavin again. He's never dull or boring. And out of the ring, a real fun, engaging character. Even David admitted, really liked the guy. Impossible to dislike Jason Gavin. Well, Towers looking up. Allen, excuse me. Towers not here tonight, of course. Allen looking for the jab, then another one of those big swinging right hands.
Yeah, he's going to have to tighten that right hand up a little bit. That's a kind of wild swing. He's keeping it nice and tight now, Allen. Those short, kind of jolting punches. Tighten his defence up a little bit, but Gavin with the experience still getting the odd punch through.
And that experience that you're talking about, making it very difficult for David Allen to look good against a guy who can hold and spoil and get involved.
Relax. Listen to me. Get your jab and stop standing in front of him. Stop looking for overhand right hand all the time. Jab, jab, touch with it, mate. All right? Am I cut?
No, you're not. You're fine. You won this round. You won this round, baby, okay? You won this round. You need to control yourself a little more. Control with your shot. All right?
He's coming in like that.
He has an opening. He has an opening. Wide square down the middle is good. Go for it and finish with the hook on top, okay? Calm down. Listen to me. Very good, okay? One down. One down.
You go to ropes. Use the ropes. Come back with one hand.
That was a giveaway, wasn't it? You heard his trainer there saying one down. 7 to go. Round 2 then of this 8-rounder. David Allen from Conisbrough in Yorkshire. And he's really grown up a lot. He'd admit that himself over the last 6 months. His weight has been all over the place. When he joined Steffi Bull 6 months ago, it was over 20 stone. He said he just used to sit on the couch and just drink full-fat, fizzy drinks.
Punch was well low.
Yeah, Gavin getting another telling off. Whilst we appreciate that Gavin came into this at short notice, he's not bringing a lot to the show at the moment, is he? Rather holding and spoiling, back chat.
The way he's ducking down every time Allen gets close, he wants to start bringing the punches up when he gets close. Seems to get good power into the short punches, Allen, which is a good sign for a heavyweight. Now would be a good time to start bringing that left hand up through the middle.
Gavin looking to try and land again, but then telegraphing those right hands a little bit, and Gavin can see that, and now he's talking it up with young David Allen.
You know, he's throwing the overarm right, which is the wrong punch. You want to be bringing them up to the guy who's ducking and diving. He's just beginning to spoil 90% of the time now, Gavin.
Yeah, really chatting away in there as well.
Complaining again. I mean, that's the old pro tricks, you know, just complain to the referee and you get the odd breather.
And talking of breathers, he looks like he's running out of steam already here. Look at it, having a moan. And
punch landed in the forehead, you know, the temple. There's nothing wrong with him. He's complaining about everything.
well, now another telling off. I think Howard Foster's had as much as he can take of this. Frankly, we have. This is disappointing from Gavin. I mean, we've seen him a couple of times. We saw him in Prize Fighter. He was good fun and entertaining that night. Prize Fighter, obviously, a very different format. He came and did the best he could against Anthony Joshua, but this, I'm afraid, is just a mess.
He showed courage against Anthony Joshua. You got to give him credit for that. Good punching now, good accurate stuff from Allen, and Allen's not becoming frustrated, which is good, because that's the last thing you want. It'll turn into a complete mess.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it must be so frustrating for David Allen. How can you look good against an opponent that's come in with this game plan? But that's what he's got to do. He's got to stick with what he does and just try and wear him down and get him out of there. Well, he said 1 down at the end of the first round. That's 2 down, 6 to go for Jason Gavin once we hear the bell.
Well, he's keeping his boxing together, not showing frustration. Allen, cool head is so important here.
You settled in now, aren't you? All right. Listen to me, you can make it easy. Jab, jab, touch him up. What about mixing it up? Don't look for backhand over top downside. These beautiful hooks you've got downstairs. You're settled now, you're feeling good? He's had his fun, hasn't he? He's holding and everything. All you've got to do for this is persistent on your jab day. Jab, yeah, from your chin. Jab, jab, touch, and all of a sudden, 2s and 3s. Let them go. You're live on TV, chap. All right, have some fucking fun now.
Steffi Bull emphasising the jab to David Allen, that everything is going to flow from the jab.
Yeah, well, the jab keeps you at the right range, because when you get close to Gavin, he's just grab and hold. Half the time he's grabbing around the legs just to keep surviving, so just keep a little bit of space to get the work done.
Round 3, David Allen from Conisbrough up against Jason Gavin, and again Gavin, the Orlando man, the veteran, 38 now, having a look at Howard Foster and then just hurling himself down.
Well, we expected a couple of rounds from Gavin, so I think we've had those.
He's starting with a little flurry here, but yeah, look, now there's another protest about something from Allen, from Gavin. I don't see what Allen did to him at all.
You're looking too low for a start. Okay, listen to me.
I mean, I'm not sure how much of this Howard Foster is going to put up with, because Allen's getting a telling off, which seems a bit harsh.
Yeah, well, he's pushing down on him. I think that's the problem for Allen.
I'm not sure he's got the choice, though, because Gavin is leeching onto him and bending over. I mean, what else can he do?
I mean, the only thing I can see working for him is bringing punches up. When he's down here, you know, bring the punches up.
nice array of hooks. You can hook well with both hands.
Yeah, he can get power into the short punches. He's delivering them nicely. There we go.
Less and less coming from Gavin.
He got nothing. He got nothing. He got nothing.
Getting involved with the crowd.
Yeah, be a little bit careful, because I think if you're actually disqualified, it's not certain you got to get paid. So maybe he should just shut his mouth and get on with the job, rubbing in with the head there, Alan.
Again, Gavin theatrically says back of the head. It wasn't. It was round the side, around the ear.
There, he's bringing the punches up now at last. That's the ones that will get this fellow out of there.
He missed, but it was the right punch, as you say. But the most important thing for David Allen here, and he's passing this test, is just to stay focused, not get frustrated, not get dragged into this mess that Gavin wants it to be. And he's straight on him again.
Well, the crowd are enjoying it anyway, Nick. I mean, I know Gavin's a mess, but in a certain way, he's a little bit entertaining. I'd like to see him put up more of a show. Just don't think he's got the condition to do that. He's clipped a nice little right hand.
And then just ridiculous from Gavin, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I think this might be the first official rebuke. There it is. Point off.
Okay? Not going to warn you no more.
I mean, you said it earlier, Gavin's in danger of getting thrown out of this.
See, you've got a guy who's, the experience he has under his belt, he knows how to survive. And I mean, Howard Foster is a really strict referee. He's done his best to tidy things up here.
Well, he's done everything he can.
Purse, Jason, to calm it. Relax. Come on, calm down, man.
I'm coming down.
Come on.
Okay.
Holy fuck. You don't want you listen.
I know. See. You go home? You want to go home or you want to stay? You tell me.
You've got to calm down, because if you don't, you're going to lose your purse, Jason. You ain't come on this way. Is it that bad? Yes. Yes. Come on. You've got to do it that bad, Jason. Let him come on, sir. Touch him with the right hand. You've got to throw it.
On basic boxing, Jason. 1, 2, 3.
Listen, do not get disqualified, Jason. You haven't come all this way for nothing. Do you understand me?
Jumbo Johnson there has just been telling Jason Gavin, do not get disqualified, because he's been told by Robert Smith of the British Boxing Board of Control, who's gone into that corner and said, and there is Robert just at the bottom of the screen there, that if you get disqualified, your purse will get withheld pending an investigation. So hopefully that'll put an end to some of Gavin's excessive theatricals.
I mean, if it was actual fouls, you would think, well, maybe some of them are unintentional, whatever, but it's his mouth. You know, it's his mouth. He just won't shut up. So he's just bringing all his problems on himself. This is the... Alan needs a bit of a
Good left hook back from Alan. And Gavin felt that. And he just needs to stay on him here. He'll get the job done. Good right hook coming through.
See, that's when he gives himself space to get the punches off. He gets close and spoiled, pulling him back in again. Just give yourself a bit of room and think about the uppercut.
No more.
Well, Alan sense a finish here. He's got Gavin in his sights. Gavin just calls him in. I think he wants to get off those ropes.
Go back of there, David.
Little right hook, and a little combination from Gavin, not quite ready to go yet.
That were well low.
A low one, according to Howard Foster. Now the hooks are coming through, so now Alan might be in a little bit of trouble.
You stay there. You wrestling them. No back of the heads, no wrestling, clean fight.
It's the first time we've seen some frustration from David Allen for what has been a very, very difficult night for him at the end of what's been a very difficult week. Losing his opponent for the second time at short notice. He threw a former French champion southpaw at him on 3 days' notice in his last fight, just about scraped by there, having never boxed a southpaw. And now he's got the full repertoire of Jason Gavin's boxer tricks to try and contend with.
You know, now looking beyond the mess that Gavin's making, he's looking at, you know, a nice solid-looking heavyweight. And a bit of the elbow coming in there, the forearm smash we got there. You know, but he's, well, within reason, he's doing the right things. He's getting too close to Gavin too often, which is allowing him to spoil.
Well, I spent a bit of time as we get another telling off here for Gavin, who now theatrically turns his back on Howard Foster. But
all the time.
I spent a bit of time up at the gym in Mexborough, South Yorkshire, with David Allen, and came away thinking he's a young man who's growing up, who admits he's not taking the game seriously, but he's got his weight under control, got his focus, got structure in his life and his boxing, and I thought there's potential there, real potential. Obviously very hard to see that tonight with an opponent like this.
Yeah, but I mean, he's doing a lot of the right things, you know, good power. I mean, this fellow Gavin is tough, he's experienced, he knows how to survive, he's a mess into the bargain. But a lot of what Arlen's doing, you have to say, you know, on a different night, he's going to be in some good fights.
I think he is. Gavin continues to play to the crowd.
Howard Foster certainly hasn't given up on the job yet. He's still trying to tidy things up, but it's a losing battle.
Another low one.
There's a low one,
right on the belt. Howard Foster should be putting in for overtime for this one.
Maybe a little bit more imagination from Allen. You know, maybe see with the awkward guys, another point off. You know, a little feint, get him to make the first move, give yourself room to work. You know, as soon as you get close. You know, so that's the second point gone. Not that we're worried too much about points here. Yeah, just maybe a little bit more imagination.
Well, I just don't understand Jason Gavin and what he's doing tonight. Because as you say, such a good pro for so many years, great body of work behind him. But he's come in and treated this like theatre tonight.
Something's wrong with him. Something's wrong with him in the back. Something's going on.
Waved on. Something is wrong was the official announcement there. So David Allen gets the win, and he's as baffled and bemused as anybody. Well, I think Gavin was again theatrically looking at the back of his head when that got waved off. And I wonder if there will be an inquiry into this one. There he is, still working the back of the head.
I think the corner have maybe retired him before he gets himself disqualified, and it's not the worst move. It's quite smart. I mean, he wasn't in the fight, it wasn't competitive, and we keep saying when a fight is not competitive, it's time to call it off. So they've done that. He's whether he's earned his money or not is a matter of opinion. But looking beyond that, I think there's quite a bit to like.
Yes.
I don't know about young David Allen.
Definitely.
You know, he's compact. You know, he's got good balance. You can see looking at him, he's in good shape. He set a good pace all the way through. Maybe all he needs to do is maybe work on the punches that they come up the way when they're required. But not quite impressive, some of what he come up with tonight.
And his attitude, and he says he's his own worst enemy and has been at times. His attitude has really turned around as well. He's with a good trainer in Steffi Bull. His attitude is terrific. He's got talent. Physically, he's very athletic. A lot of developing to be done for a guy who's just turned 24. He's got to win on TV against a guy on short notice. He probably is still a little bit frustrated with the way this one's gone, but the bottom line is it's a win for David Allen. And who knows what his future will be. We hope it's going to be an exciting one. We'll certainly be keeping an eye on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the fourth round and before the start of the fifth round, Jason Gavin has retired, accepted by our referee, Howard Foster. Therefore, your winner and still undefeated, the White Rhino, David Allen!
The White Rhino does the business.
So 6 rounds at heavyweight between David Allen, the Rhino, in the white and blue, and Lukas Rusiewicz of Poland in the gold and black. Allen coming into this off the back of two very difficult fights. Went the distance against Dylan White in Leeds at the end of July. Lost pretty much every round, but hung in there. Then before Christmas on the Joshua Molina undercard, found himself up against Luis Ortiz, and he lands a big overhand right there, Alan. And Rushevich is on steady legs here, and this could be over very quickly. Rushevich turning his back, and Alan is just mauling him. And referee Michael Alexander has jumped in and waved it over. And Paul Smith, it was short, but I think it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, very much so, right thing to do. Great stoppage. You know, brutal finish.
David Howe, big lad at 6'8", but he is 36, 12 years older than Alan, who feels like this is his second professional fight, even though it's fight number 14, Alan. He believes he's coming again. It's been a strange start to his professional career because he's been matched hard. He's had a couple of defeats to Dylan White and Luis Ortiz. But people, Carl, believe he's got potential and a future in this heavyweight division, at least domestically.
Definitely, he's got potential, that's for sure. He's shown that, and he's very much been thrown in the deep end. We've seen that as well. I mean, he really has been thrown in, but he enjoys it. He smiles through these hard fights, and he doesn't always get the win, but he looks more than capable of being in there with these top fighters. And, you know, he's a young man, so we don't know what the future holds for him.
A great deal of bitterness between rivals on this bill tonight, but these two are old mates. They know each other well. Howe's been inactive, but he has been stopped a few times through his stop-start career. Now with Ryan Rhodes in that red corner, having started with Howard Rainey and spent some time with the Ingalls as well.
Well, Ryan Rhodes, I think, will add a bit of flair to his style, a bit of elusiveness, and he's just sitting back, boxing quite well here on the back foot, using that range to his advantage.
Yep, nice long reach. Alan trying to get close, covering up, but Howe doesn't look overawed at the moment. Nice combination, that's it. They say alongside us, back Alan comes. Could be quite lively, this.
Probably will be. I mean, Dave Allen, he tends to march forward, taking shots he shouldn't really take, just to get in range and get his shots off. And sometimes he's got one thing on the mind, and he's not really a concussive knockout puncher, so he should box a little bit and move his head, bob and weave, roll and dip, target the body, rather than just being upright and landing shots. But this is why we love to watch him.
It rumbles forward, good right hand there from Alan.
Gum shield out there.
Yep, Bob Williams just sorting things out. Splattering of blood on the forehead of Alan. He's a character outside the ring, isn't he? Funny guy.
He is, yeah. He is very funny. I mean, if you didn't know him, you wouldn't know quite how to take him. But he loves his boxing, he's serious about it.
Still young as well for a heavyweight. Good jab, though, from Howe, who's got the attributes, but has he got the confidence or the skill level to be able to deal with Alan tonight? So decent enough start this from Howe with the jab and the right hand. I think they'll be pretty pleased. Ryan Rhodes in the corner with how he's dealt with the first and opening stanza here in this heavyweight match. Welcome back to the magnificent O2 here in London. And look who's here. Somebody that normally sits alongside us On the safe side of the ropes, Paulie Malignaggi, top broadcaster these days, still wants to be a top fighter, and what a night he's got coming up against Sam Eggington. There he was in his Sky Sports jacket. We can't be biased though tonight.
No, we can't. Well, a tough night he's got ahead of him with Sam Eggington. See how that one unfolds later. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, really good clash. The youngster from Birmingham who's making headlines, and this youngster from Coinsborough, just outside Doncaster, David Allen, trying to make a few of his own. Tough fights with Luis Ortiz and Dylan White, but he said they were good education. In tonight with David Howe, a former England volleyball international. But you can see the height.
You can, yes. Don't know where that would help him, the volleyball, but the height definitely helped. But I like his boxing. He's jabbing well. He's looking for that right hand. Dave Allen's just in front of him and taking shots, really. I said earlier, I don't like to see fighters just take shots. You can just a slight movement of the head, little bob and weave, little slip. So many shots whiz past you then. It just prolongs your lifespan as a professional fighter. Dave Allen just needs to adapt that a bit. His high guard's quite good, but he's looking for the big left hook there.
Well, he's been in with good opponents in sparring, in Vladimir Klitschko, Tyson Fury, even Anthony Joshua. And he's been at gyms all around the world. He's only 24. What do we make of him? I know Eddie Hearn's got a soft spot for him, and I think they can do something. It is the time to be a heavyweight, no doubt about that.
It is, yeah. If you can get in the mix with the big boys.
Oh, and he's just battering Howe down. More exhaustion than anything else. That was a body shot in there, and suddenly he just looks like he's unraveling, the big man.
I think that body shot hurt him, Adam. It didn't look much, but if they sink and you don't see them coming.
Yeah, the legs look wobbly as well, Carl. And there's plenty of time left in the second round. A right hand from Allen. He's going to go for this. And there's another one, and he's down again, Howe. And he may not get up from this. He's laid out in the second round. And it's going to be another stoppage win for the already celebrating David Allen. All over. And Howe is counted out. And the David Allen train rolls on. And it's an interesting story.
Credit to both of them for doing that. I've been thinking hard about this one ever since it was made, and I've still reached no firmer conclusion regarding what I think is going to happen. So let's start with a couple of things we know. Nick Webb can punch, that we know. 10 knockouts from 12 wins. A smearing right hand to finish Ante Veronica here at the start of February. Dave Allen can take a punch, that we definitely know, having seen him box Dillian White, Luis Ortiz, Tony Yoka. But a couple of things we don't know. Can Allen, over the course of the rounds, put his work together, let his hands go consistently enough to win a fight? Does Nick Webb have the gas in the tank to box for 10 rounds? We don't know either of those two things, so it's pretty intriguing, this, really, man.
Yeah, very intriguing. You know, Webb's landing a nice straight right hand to the body there. Got his jab going straight away, looking to get some shots off. So, and you know, Allen's one of those deceiving guys. I think Webb feels when he's landing, he's throwing shots, he's already making him miss. Good jab back from Allen. So, you know, he's going to make Webb work. He's the experienced fighter. He feels that the 10-round distance is going to suit him. Both taking it at short notice. So, yeah, it's a very, very intriguing fight.
Bit of a budding bromance between these two as well. They've been getting on really well during the week. Allen, in typical kind of form, he was telling me on Thursday that he's made enough money from boxing now to put down a deposit on a house, which was what he wanted to achieve when he got into the sport. And now he's done that. If he wins this fight, he might continue, he might not. If he loses, he says he'll quit, but who really knows? He was out against Tony Yoka over a month ago. Yoka, Rio 2016 gold medalist. Lasted into the 10th round of that one, but it was pretty painful to watch by the end. We know how hard he is, but as we saw against Lenroy Thomas in that 12-rounder, first time they met, he just didn't do enough to win the fight that night.
No, some good work here from Webb, jabbing, looking to hook off the jab and bring the right hand in. But Allen very capable, tucks up, good defence. Looks nice and relaxed in there, certainly not phased. But Webb, the busier of the two.
Looking for the right hand to the body there, Webb. It's been 6 rounds once. And that's the deepest he's been into a fight.
Yeah, big puncher, some early wins, not loads of rounds under his belt. Like you say, only been 6. So Allen, very experienced. Trying to walk forward, tuck up, trying to make Webb work.
A couple of good right hands from Webb there, though. One to the head and then downstairs to the body. Final few seconds of the opening round, the Webb round, no doubt about that.
One mistake, no head movement, yeah? Understand? One mistake, no head movement.
If he's not throwing nothing, you don't need to throw on nothing, right? And I want you to take your feet in.
Well, there are world titles on the line tonight, 2 of them. In fact, Katie Taylor defends them both. Her WBA and IBF titles against her mandatory challenger with the IBF.
Round 2.
Kimberly Connor. All smiles there. Taylor, her next opponent, has already been announced. Her trainer Ross Ename wasn't all that keen on that. There's a strategy going forward when I spoke to him the other day, but he knows that he has a fighter in Taylor who does not suffer from complacency. He needs to get the job done tonight. Nick Webb did a decent job in that first round, Matt. That was a clear round for him.
Yeah, good round for Webb, boxed well, and looked like he was trying to be conservative with energy, which he'll need to be. But Allen trying to wedge forward, trying to apply pressure, trying to make Webb work, staying nice and tight defensively.
Allen was actually due to fight at Rainton Meadows last night. He'd taken a fight against Lee Carter, but good right hand there from Webb.
Yep, good right hand there, just chopping it over.
Nobody doubts the fact that Allen can take his shots. He's sparred with Joshua, he's sparred with Fury, he's sparred with all sorts of people. He's been in with some big hitters too.
Yeah, and I don't just think it's a case that he can take a shot, which he definitely can, but he's also a lot better defensively than he looks. A lot of the shots that he looks like they land, he kind of takes the sting out of them, he half rides them, kind of tucks his chin in behind the shoulder. Webb throwing shots here, but not really landing anything of any note.
Had a frustrating time of it, Webb, actually. He was put together 3 times for the English title with Nathan Gorman twice, Daniel Dubois once. They pulled out on him, and then Dubois won it against Tom Little not that long ago, and Webb wasn't involved in the discussion that time around, which was pretty irritating for him. But now this opportunity has come up, and talking to Scott Welch the other day, who manages him, their plan is to get this one, and then they feel Hughie Fury, the British champion, will move on because he's got a potential IBF eliminator with Kubrat Pulev, and then Webb could fight either Dubois or Commonwealth champion Joe Joyce for a vacant British title, but none of that means anything if he can't take care of business tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Allen as well, you know, at times he's got that sparring partner's mentality. We've seen it in the past, you know, down through the years. This is good stuff from Webb, who's putting a bit of spine to these shots. Good uppercut there. Cocked the big right hand there, but Allen seen it coming and just pulled away. But, you know, just saying, Andy, that Allen chops the right hand down. Just saying that there's this sparring partner mentality where he's gives everyone a tough night's work, but doesn't do enough to beat them. We used to see it with, you know, Mark Ramsey, Paul Denton, you know, more recent times, Peter McDonough. Yeah, he's in there and he can hold his own with anyone, but he's never doing enough to win these fights, and Allen kind of falls into that category a little bit for me.
He's landed some heavy, heavy shots in this round, Webb. Allen with a shake of the head, but they're connecting. You can see that. Well, the sport coming thick and fast on Sky Sports, as always, tomorrow, 12:30 p.m, the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Seconds out, round 3.
Into the start of the third round here, and Webber's being able to box at his own pace so far, has been able to tee up some big right hands, and we know what Alan's plan is here, Matt, to tuck up for the first few and take Webb deep. But the problem is that Webb will just grow in confidence, although he was fed a left hand there from Alan, and that got the crowd going a little bit. But it was the first really good punch you've seen landed by the Doncaster man, who is such a favourite with fight fans.
Yeah, you can tell that by the applause there when he landed that punch, but Webb landed some good stuff here. He landed a good left hook to the body, some nice jabs. Yeah, Alan partially blocking them, but they're also partially getting through.
Alan just looking to get his head on Webb's chest. There wasn't too much between these two in weight. There was a fair difference in height. Webb was 18, Alan 18.6. So we've seen Alan really trimming in shape like he was for his rematch with Roy Thomas at the start of March. He was down at 16 stone, 12. It was very unfortunate what happened that night. He trained hard for that fight, waited a long time for it, and then the head clash in the first round just put paid to the contest, and it was a technical draw, and he felt then that he wasn't going to resurface despite Thomas saying that he would give him another rematch, and then Hearn seeming relatively keen. It was Joe Joyce who ended up facing him. Joyce, of course, took the Commonwealth title. Webb just pecking out with that left hand.
Yeah, Alan trying to walk him down, trying to apply pressure, but I'm not sure this pace is too hot for Webb. He seems quite comfortable in there. He's using his jab well, he's conserving energy, he's not wasting too much. He's picking his shots well.
Webb just missing with the right hand there. Alan again just tucking up, keeping those gloves nice and tight.
Good
right hand there from Webb. He felt that, Alan, didn't he? They just made him take a step back. And what I was just saying at the start of the round, Matt, before Alan interrupted with that good crisp left hand, is that when you allow somebody to punch almost without consequence for a couple of rounds, it just builds that confidence right up, doesn't it? I don't think this will come as a surprise to Webb. I'd imagine they will have known or expected Alan to do this.
Yeah, they're going to... How's he going to beat him? I don't think he's going to out-jab him, is he? He's going to walk him down. He's going to try and tuck up. He's going to do what Dave Allen does, let you punch away, try and block and take what he can get for a bit and then come on in the second half of the fight. But he's just not doing enough, and Webb running away with the rounds here. And to be honest with you, the pace isn't so hot that Webb's out of his comfort zone. He looks fairly comfortable in there. He's not wasting his punches, he's economical, and he's crossing the fight for me.
Greg, you can't miss him with your jab. When you get close, you can use your jab. All right? Yeah. Where? Yes. Go, Ref. Go, Ref, I'll really tell him. Right back here, yeah? Yeah, we've told him. Tell him now. All right, Dave. Come on, Dave. Get that jab going and get them shots up. Come on. Do some body shots when you move inside, Dave. Keep looking away. All right, Dave.
15 seconds to go until we encrypt. You know what to do. And on his feet between rounds. So into the fourth we go. Marsden telling Alan there that he can catch him with his jab whenever he throws it. Overhand right there from Alan. He's got to get inside Webb's jab first, though. That's the problem he's got, because Webb's got significant height and reach advantage.
Yeah, well, so far the pace of the fight hasn't been too... Well, good right hooks there from Webb, clubbing them in behind the back of the ear. Good shots from him. I was just saying, Andy, you know, so far the pace seems fairly comfortable for Webb. I think if Alan's going to grind him down, he needs to kind of up the ante. But so far, these are good shots from Webb. Although Alan partially blocking them, partially getting inside, coming back with a good stiff jab there, knocking the head back of Webb. But you see shots like that, Andy, they get, you know, they're half getting, yeah, they're partially blocked by the glove, but they're also partially landing and they're around the back of the ear, and the ears are swelling up, and it's, you know, and when the fight goes long. Good left hook there, though, from Allen. Short left hook on the inside.
There's that jab again. Just pops that jab out, and there's obviously a little bit of weight to it.
Good jab from Allen. Webb was looking to set him up and walk him onto the right hand, but Allen beat him to the jab.
He's just begun to get into range to land it.
This is better work from Allen. Good left hook to the body there. Oh, big right
Big overhand right there from Allen, and Webb just taking a step back. I thought he might be hurt there for a split second, but he's okay. Fired back, but that was a good shot from Allen. He's looked for that overhand right a couple of times, and this time he landed it. Now backs Webb up. Uppercut landed too, and the Allen supporters taking a lot of encouragement for this.
Yep, this is the best part of the fight for Dave Allen so far. Good right hand, then got him up against the ropes, landed some nice body shots. Good jab from Allen.
The mouth hanging open a little bit of Webb there as we head towards the end of the fourth round, and maybe he will start to feel this a bit.
Yeah, and Allen just give him a little body shot there as well on the way out. Another one. Oh, big right.
Big overhand right again, and down goes Webb this time. The second time that Allen has connected with it, and Scott Welch is straight over there, the manager, and security having to pull him back because Bob Williams, the referee, is continuing with the count, and he has reached the count of 10, and the fight is over, and Dave Allen has landed a big, big bomb. Nick Webb just getting up onto his knees, I'm glad to say, but Scott Welch, his manager, I think, felt that that was a finishing punch and that there was no need for the count and that they needed to get their man some help there straight away. That's what his reaction was about. That's the way I read it anyway. With him on Thursday, and he said that a boxer's relationship with boxing is like a man's relationship with a woman. If you don't treat boxing right, then she won't treat you right. And he said that in the past he hasn't treated boxing right and that boxing has hurt him. It's a cruel mistress. But amidst all the jokes and amidst all the light-heartedness, there is a serious side to Allen. He loves this sport and he wants to achieve things, and that win he got against Nick Webb was massive for him, and he wants to get rid of Nebo in really good style tonight and then move on to a fight with Lucas Brown. Those two have been flirting on Twitter, and it seems to be a fight that they both want, but he's got to take care of business first of all tonight.
Yeah, we're looking at Nebo's record, 10 knockouts and 10 wins, which suggests he can definitely punch. But after 2 losses, he's been stopped twice, so certainly fragile himself. Good body shots here from Allen. Really ripping them in. That's a great one.
In real pain here, I'm not sure if he's going to make this. Down on his knees, and he's not going to make it. Allen has done exactly what Allen said that he wanted to do, and that he would do. And he's got the win in just over. And yet the left to the body was a really good shot. We were what, about 5 or 6 feet away from it. We could hear it now, we could see it there. That slight delayed reaction. He admitted to us that success scares him. And there are plenty of people in that bracket. And what it means is that they're frightened to totally commit to the idea of wanting something and putting everything on the line and trying their absolute hardest, because then if you come up short, you're stuck with what is frankly an unpalatable truth that maybe you're just not good enough. But he's at that stage of his career now where he showed us how tough he is, he showed us he can box, and he needs to try and be a winner. Bracamonte's made a pretty lively start here, though.
Yeah, he has done, but you know, good head movement from Dave Allen. He's slipping and sliding. He's shown in all of his fights, really, Dave Allen, that he's got good ability. But in his last win, when he landed that spectacular right hand to get the knockout, I mean, from that, you want to build serious momentum, and we want to see him go in and become the bride, not always the bridesmaid, because he's good enough to, and we just want to see him push on now and make the best of himself.
Good start here from Bracamonte. Decent record, of course. 8 wins, 1 defeat. He hasn't faced any particularly significant opposition, but took a good scalp in his third fight, beat a 5-0 fighter in Facundo Cesar Giglioni. But he's come to have a go here, certainly.
He has. Most of these shots are missing. This is good defence, good upper body movement. He's parrying the shots, he's slipping and sliding them, riding them. Good head movement from Dave Allen.
Moved into a new place recently. Allen, deposit earned through boxing, which was a box tick. That was something that he really wanted to achieve through his sporting career.
I like how relaxed Dave Allen is. You know, he's not loading up, he's not tense, he's not stiff. And you know, that's why his head movement is as good as it is. He's relaxed, he's able to see the shots coming, he's got good peripheral vision, he's got good anticipation. We see him slipping the shot there and also closing the distance with his feet as he does it, which means he's in a position to, not only has it been a good defensive move, but he's put himself in a position to now work the body shots or slip the uppercuts through the middle. Good jab there from Allen.
Jab's a good shot for him. It's an underrated shot for him, I think. You wouldn't necessarily think that he would have one given his height, but that's some good body work there. It was the left of the body that put down Sammy Anibo in his last fight, but that left was low. It was definitely low. He was on our blind side and we could still see that it was low.
That was without a doubt, that one certainly strayed very south of the border. Shame, before that he landed a couple of good body shots and started to use his jab very effectively.
So the referee can give Bracamonte as long as 5 minutes to recover here. Fighters never ever take that long. I sometimes wonder whether they shouldn't just err on the side of caution a bit, but it's a macho thing. They want to get back in there as quick as they can, and Bracamonte fires off a decent combination, but Allen tucking up, bobbing, weaving, gloves up where they should be.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably winning the round here, Bracamonte, because he started so positively. He's thrown so many punches, and Allen's making him miss with a lot. He's slipping and sliding, he's blocking. But I just think the work rate of Bracamonte has just been...
Good uppercut there from Allen right at the end of the round. That was a decent shot, got the crowd going. But it's been an entertaining first round. Our visitor from Argentina has come to give this a crack. No doubt about it, which is what you want.
Keep boxing behind the jab. Keep working your way, but move your head more. Okay, just taking a bit too many. Get your jab going. Uppercut still middle inside. Come here. Feel alright? Alright. Keep boxing behind the jab, Dave, and bring your shots up through middle. Yeah. Stop then. Feel alright? You've got to keep boxing and moving.
Big Marsden there with the advice, those two very close. And there's that low blow. Wow, that practically hit him in the knee.
Yeah, that was very low. There was no disputing that one. There's a lovely uppercut. He puts some really good shots together when he does let the hands go, Dave Allen. You can see the quality is there. I really like his head movement too. He's nice and relaxed.
Good jab to start the round, left to the body, then left upstairs. Right hand was pretty much bang on the belt line. There's a bit of blood coming from somewhere. Maybe on the end of the nose there of Bracamonte. Good left hand on the inside there from the Argentinian. Massive right aim there by Allen, but took his weight back nicely, Bracamonte, swayed out of the way. And is that another low blow? The referee says no. Bracamonte was complaining.
Yeah, no, I don't think that one was low. It was kind of borderline. But he landed some good body shots here, Allen, and he's looking for the left hook too. Bracamonte blocking it, but the left hook is there. He is susceptible to a left hook, Bracamonte.
One thing the referee has to bear in mind here is that the belt that Bracamonte has got on his shorts is about a foot long.
Yeah, I like the way Dave Allen varies his power. You know, he throws a few pitter-patter shots and then he really sort of digs it in. I like the way he does that. It's really, it's good to not be one paced or, you know, predictable, and even to vary the power.
It was a good right hand, though, from Bracamonte 25 seconds ago that snuck up the middle and made contact. We know that Allen can take a shot, and Bracamonte looks like he's found him a few times. Allen just leaning on there, tapping away. Then
nice
there comes the uppercut and a heavy-looking left hand.
Yeah, good uppercut, left hook on the inside. Like I say, good head movement as he walks forward. I like the way when he slips and slides the shot, he doesn't just, he moves forward with it, he closes the distance as he slips the shot. He gets himself into position where he's safe, but he's also in a position to let go of his own shots.
Good right hands there from Bracamonte. There's blood coming from his mouth. I think that's from an injury to the nose. But he's put some good punches together. Allen climbing into a left hand.
Yep, there's Allen with those kind of tippy-tappy shots, almost jabs with the right hand sometimes, just puts it out there, and he'll throw 3 or 4 at a very kind of tip-tap kind of power, and then bangs a few shots in, like the right hand and the body shot that we see there.
That was a solid right hand, but comes Bracamonte getting here, landed a big right hand, and then another one as Allen was back on the ropes. He doesn't really blink there, Allen, but he's been fed a pretty steady diet of solid-looking punches here at times.
Yeah, we're just praising Dave Allen's work, and Bracamonte come back with some big power shots of his own. Good body shot going in there from Bracamonte.
And it's a good fight, this. It's an entertaining fight to watch. Very difficult to know exactly what you're going to get when you look at the record of someone like Bracamonte, because it really doesn't tell you anything at all. But he's come here to win. This is a massive platform for him as well. Smearing right hand, but as soon as he landed it there, Allen Bracamonte came back, and that's been the theme of the fight so far.
No importa, ganaste el round. Bien, chupito, bien. Este lleva y te va desgastando, ¿te das cuenta?
David Allen up on the big screen again. This is his 5th appearance on Sky Sports box office, and really when he lands, that's when he seems to be in the most trouble, Allen. It didn't happen there, but during that round, he'd land a good shot, and then Bracamonte would come straight back at him.
Yeah, I mean, at times I'm praising Dave Allen that he's nice and relaxed and he slips and slides, and that's true, but then sometimes it's a fine line between being relaxed and being lackadaisical, and sometimes he's just a little bit too lackadaisical and he gets caught with shots. I mean, I've had him lose in the first 2 rounds. They were close rounds, though. There was no, it wasn't dominated or anything like that, but I think Bracamonte landed probably the hardest shots and a little bit busier. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a good fight so far.
And just looking to put out that jab, protecting himself to the body.
Good
and there's the uppercut. Good uppercut, straight up the middle.
Yep, just touched him around the sides and then really planted his feet and dug that right uppercut right up the middle.
His percentage success with that uppercut has been pretty high so far. Bracamonte just popping out his left hand, doesn't really have a stiff jab on him for somebody of his height. Uppercut on the inside, though, good punch.
Good uppercut from Bracamonte. Allen goes to left hook to the body. Bracamonte chops the left hook upstairs. Good right hand from Bracamonte.
And some good work here from the Argentinian again, and Allen just trying to take his feet back, but the right hand gets through, and the left hand on the inside, he's trying to bob and weave, but Bracamonte is finding him with regularity here. Allen just trying to climb into a left hook, but he's under pressure there, back in the blue corner, his own corner. A little bit of swelling around the left eye, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's bobbing and weaving, he's slipping and sliding some of these shots, but he's got to come back. You can't let Bracamonte get off with 5-6. Yeah, okay, slip and slide 1-2, maybe even 3, but then you've got to come back with something. He's letting Bracamonte unload 5, 6, 7, 8 punches, and inevitably, he maybe miss it. He's getting out the way of the first few, but then he's getting hit with punch 5, 6, and 7. Nice uppercut from Bracamonte there on the inside.
Well, caught by a couple on the way. Big left hand there from Allen. The gum shield almost came out there of Bracamonte. He was just rocked back onto his heels, but he took it pretty well.
Yeah, big left hook there from Allen, but Bracamonte seems to have shrugged it off. He took it well. Good body shot going in from Allen.
Looking for the uppercut again there. The Argentinian didn't quite manage to land it. He's busy with his hands, though. Our visitor, he really is. He's good to watch. He throws a lot of punches. And that's hurt him there. And Allen just looking to wade in. Left hand followed by right. Bangs him back onto the ropes. Bracamonte rocking and rolling. He's all over the place. The corner have got that out in their hand. He's very, very unsteady. Back on the ropes again. Allen just needs to land one more big one. And the referee will jump in here. Left followed by right. John Latham's having a very, very close look.
If he
Allen,
could just
a little bit tired here, I think, of Bracamonte. Look at him, sets his feet, digs in a couple of uppercuts, and I think has just about managed to ride this out.
Big heart here from the Argentinian. He seems to have weathered the storm.
Well, terrific round from both of them. Bracamonte looked absolutely gone when he was caught with that big right hand. He really did, and Allen was pursuing him. He caught him a few more times, but just not quite cleanly enough. The referee was having a really good look, and then when he turned in that blue corner, Bracamonte, he just found something.
He was gone, and the legs were completely gone. I thought it was over for him. Allen, there's that big left hook. Gum shield nearly out of his mouth. He was absolutely rocked to his feet. Big right hand, legs gone. I thought Allen was going to finish him. I thought the ref was going to stop it. He was certainly looking very closely. I think at one stage he was going to jump in. He managed to get hold of Allen there and smother him and tie him up and just weather the storm, clear his head a little bit. Did very, very well to stay in there, the Argentinian.
Carlos De Greco in the corner there with Ariel Esteban, Bracamonte. Osvaldo Retondaro as well. They come over with a little bit of a crew, which is always a sign that there's some ambition. He's always looking for that uppercut. Big smearing overhand right there again from Allen. That was the punch that he put Nick Webb away with, and he eats the right hand on his way in there, Allen, and again. And this is good stuff here from Bracamonte. The big left hand from Allen.
And the right hand
catches him on the way in.
Big shots going in here from both men. I thought Allen got hit with a good few shots from Bracamonte, but then Allen came out with a big right hand that rocked the Argentinian.
Well, both of them just taking a little bit of a breather after an explosive start to the round. Allen just tapping to the body, looking for that uppercut. Every now and again, though, when he's moving in there, he's just kind of walking in. He'll drop his hands, stand in range, and that's the open invitation for Bracamonte to let his hands go. The tempo's dropped a bit, and Allen there with a very laboured, tired-looking left hand and a right hand there too, and both of these two showing signs that they're seriously gassing here in the fourth.
Yeah, both men very fatigued. They've both had their moments. They've both hurt the other guy. And when they have, they've thrown the kitchen sink. They've completely unloaded, expended an awful amount of energy, and now they need to kind of suck up and get a second win. Bracamonte landing two big right hooks there, one after the other.
Allen trying to keep that left hand up, a big overhand right there from Allen. Bracamonte took it fine, in close he goes, just taps to the body, looks to let one go with a bit more meat on it. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. He's just standing in range there, half range, big and he gets nailed with the uppercut. Allen though throws the uppercut back himself. Nice left hook there, and that just seemed to get Bracamonte slightly off balance, but again, he sucks it up.
I think Bracamonte's hurt enough here that Allen, if he can find the punches and put them together, he could get the finish, but I just don't think he has the gas after the last few onslaughts to do this. And he's got to be careful. If he goes for the finish and doesn't get it, he might be completely spent. Yeah, very fatigued here, Dave Allen. He's hurt Bracamonte, but he doesn't seem to have the energy to put a sequence of punches together in order to force the stoppage.
Right hand there from Allen, just leaning on, looking for that uppercut once again, but Bracamonte just rips back with a left hand. Closing stages of round 4, and you've got to wonder about the conditioning and training, because Allen admits that he doesn't always train hard, and if he's going to continue in this sport, then he's going to need to.
He's got talent, Andy. He slips and slides. He's nice and relaxed. He covers the canvas. He's got good anticipation and peripheral vision. He varies the power. There's an awful lot to like about David Allen's boxing, but, you know, he's hurt Bracamonte several times, really rocked him. He's gone for the finish, not got it, and then you look, you know, he's gassed. He can't go again because he's got to be careful of punching himself out here.
Touch of gloves between the two at the end of the round. Allen landing a crisp, crunching straight right towards the end of it, and this is turning into a very grueling, gritty kind of a fight now. There's heavy shots have been landed by both of these two. Punch resistance is not a problem for Allen, we know that.
Great uppercut there from Bracamonte, landed some really good stuff on the inside. I was having the better of the action, and then bang, Allen comes back with a big right hand. I think we see it there, left hook, shook Bracamonte, and then he puts a series of punches, a sequence of shots together, rocks the Italian fighter. But, you know, he's got to be careful, Allen, here, when he does hurt him, when he does go for the finish, that he doesn't punch himself out. And you do worry about how well conditioned or lack of conditioning that he has, because he's really shook Bracamonte here several times, put some big shots together, and then, you know, a couple of moments after, he looks fairly gassed out.
Well, he stayed on his feet between rounds, David Allen. And out we come for the fifth. Is scheduled for 10. You wouldn't bet an awful lot of money on it going 10, but you just never know, because, as you've been saying, Matt, when one of them looks on the verge of going or being in trouble, then they just manage to dig in somehow. And as I said, we know that David Allen can take a shot, but just because you can take one, it doesn't mean you should take one.
Well, what happens at the start of the round here, and they've just had a minute's rest, they both can come out, and they're landing some fairly good shots. Bracamonte landing the good uppercuts when Allen kind of ducks low and tries to slip and roll underneath. Bracamonte lands good uppercuts. There's a lovely right hand.
That's a good right hand of Bracamonte. Immediately looks to try and tuck up there, but comes back with a left, just as Allen was trying to close in, maybe sniffed a bit of an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, Allen has a good chin, he's relaxed, he has belief and confidence in his own anticipation to read the shot and ride the shot. Has his hands a little low at times, but he uses good upper body movement. Nice right hand there from Allen. But yeah, I mean, he just, at times here, he looks really good when he puts them together, and other times he looks like he's really tired.
Allen with a little left hand and then just leaning on. Had the distance there, but it was Bracamonte who just sunk back into the ropes and threw a left hand himself.
Yeah, good body shot here. Both men look absolutely knackered. Mouth wide open. Blood, spit, all flying all over the place. I mean, we're only halfway through this fight and both look so tired.
Well, this now really just comes down to a battle of wills. Boxing is one of the few sports left, really, where how much you want it still counts for a massive amount, and whoever wants this more is going to win. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and I think it's being cute and clever with your punches now. You're kind of running on the red a little bit. You've got to be economical with your shots. You don't want to be wasting unnecessary energy. You want energy output that you use up now. You want it to be quality. You want it to get something, put something in the bank, do damage. You know, this is getting untidy now as both men getting very tired.
Well, Allen just kind of leaning on Bracamonte, and I think he's having a little bit of success when he does that, just trying to push him around a little bit. But then when he takes a step back, as you say, the mouth just hanging wide open. But it's Allen really, in terms of body language here towards the end of this round, who looks like maybe he's getting on top just a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, Andy. I mean, his experience, I think, is going to hold him in good stead here. They're both very fatigued, but I think Allen, more experienced, knowing when to rest, when to go for it. Good left hook, good body shots going in from Allen. Bracamonte's very tired as he edges
Big
back.
right hand there from Bracamonte at the end of the round. We're halfway through this one. Let's go backstage. Josh Kelly, he's up next, and he's backstage with Fraser Denton.
Josh, your third outing of 2018. It's been a good year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been quality, mate. Just building up some momentum now. Get the end of the year and be good.
How important is it for you to keep putting on good performances like you're hopefully going to do tonight?
I will put a good performance on tonight, and it's majorly important to me, to my development, and to the team and moving forward. So I'm looking forward to it.
And keep things going for what could be a massive 2019 for you.
All goes well, which it will. This fight and next fight, then roll on 2019 is going to be massive.
And how are you enjoying being parts of big shows like this?
I love it. I come alive under the lights. I've got a little character switch, and it comes out when I'm on them lights. So I can't wait.
Thanks, Josh.
All good. Cheers, mate.
Seconds out. Round 6.
So into the second half of this one, scheduled for 10. David Allen in the red and white. Ariel Bracamonte in the light blue and white, the colours of Argentina. There's your scorecard, Matt. There's been some close rounds in there. You've given Alan the last 3, so a single point advantage after 5 rounds.
Yeah, I think he landed a lovely right hand there, Alan. I do think the tide's turned now. Bracamonte come out the blocks really quick, started very fast first couple of rounds. It's ebbed and flowed, he's had success. I mean, within 1 round, the tide has turned 3 or 4 times one way, then back towards Alan, but I thought he looks to be on top now.
Good left hand there to start the round from Alan. Came out and threw a couple of feints as well with his front foot. Good upper body movement there too.
Yeah, he's shown good head movement throughout the fight, Alan. And at this stage of a fight, when both men are feeling the pace, and you're tired, it's a sickness to throw big shots like that and to miss.
Just leaning on there, Alan, and Bracamonte firing off a left hook.
I think Alan's experience, Andy, here now will allow him to kind of pop the jab out, slip and slide a little bit, conserve things, maybe slow the pace down a little bit, and allow a second wind to come on.
And he's just constantly walking Bracamonte down, who again just looks to respond with a left hand. Alan with a right hand over the top, didn't quite get through. Big gulp of air there from Bracamonte. Nice straight right hand and the right cross from him too.
Just short of the uppercut, but it would have been a good one had it landed.
Alan just tapping to the body, then takes a step to the right. Bracamonte found an exit.
Good right hand.
Overhand right there again from Alan, not too much on it.
Oh, both men very tired. I think Alan's trying to conserve as much energy as possible here, trying to catch a second wind. Nice little feint, half step back. And especially when you're tired in a fight like this, you buy the feints and you fall forward. I think both men look absolutely exhausted, Andy, they really do. Oh, big right hand from Alan.
But again, just not that much on it. And Bracamonte was able to take it. Looking for that jab there, Alan. That would be a good shot for him, just try and get on that jab. That would be enough to win him some rounds here, because the punch output from both of these two has dropped dramatically.
Yeah, just going to say, Andy, the pace has completely dropped here, and it had to, really.
Well, let's go over to the other side of the ring. Andy Scott's with Eddie Hearn.
Eddie, great effort from both guys so far. Is Bracamonte more competitive than you thought he would be?
Absolutely, but Dave is less fitter than I thought he'd be as well. It's worryingly brilliant at the moment. After 4 rounds, it was fantastic, and now it's a war of attrition between 2 guys that probably aren't fit for 10 rounds. Dave's, I think, won the last 2 or 3 rounds comfortably. Just got to keep going. He has nothing left in the tank. As you saw from the fighter meetings yesterday, he hasn't had what you would call a championship camp, and this is probably a good kick up the backside to show you that you can't be in this shape over 10 rounds. But he is tough, he can punch, he's out on his feet, as are both guys. I have no idea what's going to happen, so let's enjoy the last 3.
Brilliant, well said.
Seconds, corners. Seconds out. Round 7.
Well, into the 7th, and this is deep into uncharted territory for Bracamonte. Before tonight, he'd never been beyond 4 rounds. Alan, of course, as we know, did 10 with Dillian White, went deep with Tony Yoka into the 10th, 7 with Luis Ortiz. Big overhand right there from Alan as Bracamonte looked to come out aggressively, and his nose has gone. Blood pouring out of that nose of Bracamonte, and I just wonder whether he came out with some real intent at the start of this round, Bracamonte, because he knows that he hasn't got much left in the tank. Alan knows that he will do. I make Eddie an absolutely spot on there. He's not fit, Alan. He's not as fit as he should be. He's able to dig in because he's got that kind of character, but he has got to pick it up in the gym and stay in the gym and stay in shape and commit 100%, but that is an absolute bloody mask. It's a mess, the face now of Bracamonte.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a cut or is the nose broken, but there's lots of blood here. Really is pumping the blood, and he's struggling, Bracamonte. It makes sense that he'd never been past 4 rounds when you think of how fast he came out. He came out like he was doing a 4-rounder, how the speed of it. But yeah, Alan back on certainly on top here now in his experience. I think his talent.
There's a cut on the bridge of the nose. I think I can see that as he's on the far side of the ring. He sunk into the ropes away to our left a little bit. Alarmingly, when you see these big men list into the ropes, you worry a bit. Left hand there from Allen as he came wading in, tapping away, looking flat uppercut again. Bracamonte, there's not much coming back from him at all here. I think maybe he went for broke at the start of the round. It didn't work, but that's a decent jab from him. Yeah. Overhand right from Allen again there, though, was solid. And another one is cutting high on the head, and his legs did a little bit of a dance there. Allen being nice and measured and composed here. Doesn't want to be too reckless, but 1:15 left in the round. He can maybe get the stoppage here.
So Bracamonte's showing big heart here, taking some big shots, and he looks absolutely shattered, but coming back with some good left hooks of his own. Big
right hand there, and into the ropes goes Bracamonte. Another one high on the head, and he's trying to move away to his left-hand side, just inside the final minute of the round, and Bracamonte doing what he needs to do, which is hang on, but he is absolutely dead on his feet here. You look at his face and the eyes are a little bit hollow. He's trying to suck in the air, and it's great heart and courage from him to just still be on his feet and in there and trying to compete. The corner are watching on. They're not showing any great sign of getting involved at the moment. Maybe they should be.
Yeah, I think Allen looks like he can get a stoppage here. Maybe he's not going to get it inside for this round now, but I don't think Bracamonte has too much left. I think the fight's been knocked out of him here. Big right hand, big 1-2 down the middle. But I just think he's absolutely exhausted. The nose has gone, the bad cut on it as well.
Well, the writing's on the wall here for him, to be honest. He's got 3 more rounds, and it's very difficult to see him turning this around at this point, and you just wonder whether he needs 3 more rounds of this. He certainly doesn't need 3 more. Does he even need 1 more? The corner will have a look and see if they can do anything with that nose, but he doesn't need them to be too brave with him here, Bracamonte.
There's a nasty cut on the nose.
Well, it looks like somebody's taken a razor to it, and this is where we think it happened.
Yeah, big chopping right hand over the top. But instantaneously, you can see he's completely split the bridge of the nose. Referee above us here, ringside looking, having a word. Is he looking to maybe stop the fight or call the doctor in?
Well, the doctor's leaning through the ropes to have a look at this. The corner are going about their business. They fully intend to send their man back out for the 8th if they're allowed to do so. John Latham just indicated to them that it was a punch, and the fight has been waved off. The fight has been called over. Allen looks a little bit disappointed, but that's the right decision because that's a bad injury. He looked like he had absolutely nothing left there, Ariel Esteban Bracamonte, after giving everything of himself. And that was a very entertaining fight. In the end, it was attritional towards the middle rounds, and then Allen, with his greater experience and desire as well, let's not forget that, he took over and he got the win that he needed, and it was very hard fought, but
what we saw with Derek Chisora and Senad Gashi, this one could go either way. The Australian with the raw power and ring experience, the Brit who sparred with everyone, and no one really knows how far he can go. Brown in shape, noticeably, 17-10, 9 stone lighter than when he was knocked out by Dillian White. The sort of shape he was in when he won the WBA regular time with a big upset against Ruslan Shaheen. Allen trimmed himself down as well, working very hard with Darren Barker, but he's not beaten anyone of the level of Lucas Brown, who looks strong and sturdy in this opening 40 seconds.
We see Allen trying to tee up the right hand early on. He just got caught with a little jab off Lucas Brown and nodded his head in appreciation. Way too early to try them shots. Little feeling out process here. Couple of jabs in there to the body. No real power being let go yet.
He's trying to make a quick start. Allen will be looking to work the Brown body and take him late. Any question marks about the stamina at 40 at that weight class, but Allen can be hit a fair bit himself. He's traded on having a good chin and that occasional big right hand. The one that knocked out Nick Webb. But in terms of levels, Lucas Brown is an unlikely underdog with a the bookies. He was 7-4 against here. David Allen, the favourite, and that surprised many in the trade.
It did fit for me. It all depends on what Brown has left. In my opinion, he's mixed at a much higher level than Dave Allen. You know, it's a big ask for Dave Allen if Lucas Brown was a couple of years earlier before his obviously his devastating loss.
To the appreciation already, almost more action than the whole of the Chisora Gashi fight, which is good to see. That whatever level these two are at, we want to provide a really good action-packed spectacle for these fans at the O2. Left hook from Allen. They like each other, the pair of them out of the ring. Business inside, it might turn into a good one.
It's got the makings of a good one. They've both got something. They've both got fan-friendly styles. They won't be scared to get involved. And I'm sure the styles will gel. You know, Brown's been letting a lot of shots go with relatively not much power in them. Allen's trying to swing in 1 or 2 big counters with power in.
Such a battle mentally and physically for David Allen, who works the body of Brown, just trying to keep them up. It might be about how much he really wants this and the believers. This could get tight with the thumping shots of Lucas Brown then. If he is in that good shape, under his new training team, that'll be interesting with Allen.
Just watch that overhand when you're at range, okay? Because he's going to roll it over, all right? So deep breath. I want you to breathe.
Keep that jab going and work off that. Plenty of head movement. No drink. All right. What's all right there, Dick? You need to be sharper and... Yeah, just don't you know you boxing well, mate.
He'll come.
No, do you? Yeah. Don't be rushing, mate. Don't be rushing. Keep your jab going, keep your boxing going. All right. Well done, mate.
Lovely little uppercut inside from Lucas Brown. I thought Lucas was just feeling out that round. Lucas Brown. Dave Allen tried to let a few shots go. You had some good advice in the corner there. You know, it'll come. Just keep looking, keep having a look. Dave Allen doesn't need to rush in just yet.
Yellow and black with the 27-year-old from Thomas Brown. David Allen, fight number 23 for him, and the predominantly black jumps and the heavily tattooed Lucas Brown from Perth. Starting just to up the shots. He was fluid in the first, wasn't he, Brown?
As I said, he throws quite a lot of punches. There's not much in them. But I think at that weight, obviously 17 stone 10, they're going to have a bit of an effect if they're even if there's not full power in the shots.
He didn't look good last time out though, Lucas Brown. He won just about against Kamel in Scotland, but he was flawed in this, the second round, and I think that gave the Allen fans plenty of confidence that maybe Brown was finished, but there's something left in it. Good uppercut.
Good 6.
Allen wants to be careful of not getting into that sparring partner mentality. Start establishing your own jab as well. A decent jab, Dave Allen. Start throwing it head down body.
No question, the bigger puncher there is Lucas Brown. Almost all of his wins by knockout. 13 knockouts for David Allen. He can punch him in. There's a smile though from Brown, as if to say, is that the best you got? There's no trouble already from Allen. He's uncomfortable in that.
Again, you know, if he's landing this early, Brown is going to gain a lot of confidence, which is what Allen doesn't want. Allen doesn't want Lucas Brown to gain confidence. Start letting shots go in punches, just throwing them, knowing that there's not really much coming back. And start establishing his jab, Dave Allen. That's better, you know. A few more jabs like that, head and body.
Brown just chip away. Needs to get the big man off him. Starts to question the age and the long career, but this is comfortable for Brown at the moment. Up close, he likes it.
Step away, Dave. Step away. Hold on. Hands up, Lucas.
He's always been fit, hasn't he? That uppercut proving a good weapon. A little bit low with the left hand. That's fair enough. Give him up. But he will be targeting that body of Lucas Brown. using that chin, though, as a defence.
I'm taking out. Brown's finding the target a little bit too easy for my liking. Allen needs to start just moving his head a little bit or blocking a little bit better and establishing his own jab.
Bringing a funny shot there, Allen.
Doing real well, mate. Okay? When you land your 6, you need to put something damaging on the end. Whether it's the fucking ramrod jab or the left hook. You're landing your 6 at will, there needs to be something strong on the end of it. Okay? When he goes to your liver, come straight back with either the hook or the 6. Okay? You're guarding it well, but there needs to be the counter fast. Okay, please?
Next round towel, yeah?
Right? Next round towel. 100%. Doing real well, mate. Keep that fucking jab out there. Okay? Get the 6 on the end, something telling on the end of the 6. Maybe a chick. But a chick can come around side, 2 down the pipe.
Jay Gray in the corner of Lucas Brown. He's won the first couple, hasn't he?
He has won the first couple. They're using a number system, the old Mike Tyson days. He keeps asking for the 6, which I believe is a left hook.
Darren Barker, who's been training David Allen for the last few weeks. He's been going up to Yorkshire, time in London. It's not been ideal, and Mick Morrison going to corner, right in the blue corner tonight. It's been better than David Allen's been used to, but he walks into another uppercut there. And the trouble is, he's got away with it at a certain level as he comes back with an uppercut, but he's got to make a death on Brown here.
A nice shot back from Dave. Left hook after him. The Lucas Brown corner were asking for the left hook to the body. He kept saying the 6. Kept asking for the left hook to the body. But you were also saying about when Allen targets the body with a good shot like that.
So they're scheduled for 6 in the heavyweight division. David Allen in the solid black, Dorian Darch in the black and blue. And Darch has always had some ability. The last few fights he's taken, though, he's been very much in away corner mode. But when he's been beaten, when he's been stopped, it's been by good fighters, the likes of Ian Lewis and Anthony Joshua, Eddie Chambers, Daniel Dubois, Simon Vallily, Nick Webb. It's a good list. And I saw these two having a cup of coffee this morning, actually, in the hotel. They swapped a bit of chat over their respective breakfasts. Darch saying he was trying to eat his way up to bridge the weight gap. There's a good 24 pounds separating them. And Allen replied to it. And then they got together mid-morning, which is always good to see. Good spirit between the pair of them. Allen needs to get the win tonight. And ideally he needs to look good doing it and then get into slightly better shape, shall we say, next time we see him.
Yeah, he's too heavy at the minute. Definitely needs to come in lighter than what he is. Good head movement there from Allen, which we know he has.
And just switching southpaw there early on as well. No longer trained by Darren Barker. He's got Jason Shinfield in the corner with him at the moment, but he's been pretty much training himself these days. And welcome to our viewers on Main Event who just joined us. We are almost 2 minutes into the first round here between David Allen, he's in the black shorts, and Dorian Darch, who's in the black and blue. Darch boxing out of Mountain Ash Boxing Club. That's an old school gym in a very traditional boxing part of Wales. Tony Dixon boxes out of there, and Nathan King, I'm pretty sure, boxed out of there too. Allen looking to try and keep that head on the move.
Yeah, he's just trying to find an opening here. He's jabbing the body. I think he's trying to set the looping right hand over the top up. He's jabbing the body. He's giving a bit of head movement. He's throwing the feints. He's trying to see what Darts does. But I think the right hand over the top is the shot that he's trying to set up here, Allen.
The final 10 seconds of round one, and everything at the Sheffield Arena building towards our main event with Kell Brook against Mark DeLuca. That is the top of the bill. Now let's hear from the special one right now. Well, this is a ring that he's graced many times, Kell Brook. He has said that this could possibly be his last one here in Sheffield. He wants to get the win and in good fashion tonight, and then kick on towards a world title challenge. DeLuca's ranked as 7 with the WBA, so he could take that ranking if he can get the win. It's for the WBO Intercontinental as well, so that would see him crack the top 15 with them. He's already got a top 15 ranking with the WBC, so it opens up possibilities into the second round here. Scheduled for 6, and Allen just flicking with that jab a little bit, just trying to feint and see if he can draw anything from Darch. Good head movement there from Allen. Darch just falling short with a jab.
Yeah, I mean, he's always had good head movement, really good upper body movement for a big guy. He finds good angles. He can punch it with the head movement. He gets himself into positions where he can actually, he can capitalise more. He doesn't. A lot of the time he creates openings and then doesn't throw. Gets caught as well sometimes a little bit too much.
That's a good jab there from Allen. He can throw a good stiff jab. Just before that, Darch had caught him with the right hand. He paid his dues and really came to our attention, Allen, with those fights against the likes of Dillian Whyte, Luis Ortiz. They were tough jobs. The trip to Paris to take on Tony Yoka was a pretty thankless one as well. A couple of fights with Lenroy Thomas. The first one I know he regrets, the Bramall Lane. He got edged out by split decision and he froze a bit on the night. It was a fight he could have won. Got himself into great shape for the rematch. But then an unfortunate clash of heads in the very first round robbed him of the opportunity to take the belt. But big wins against Nick Webb and particularly Lucas Brown, and that was only last March, so it's less than a year ago. But this is his first time back since he was punished by David Price, and he was punished too. He was stretchered out of the ring, and it was very worrying there for a little while at the end of that fight. For David Allen.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He's got good upper body movement. He knows how to look after himself. He knows how to survive. Changing roles, I suppose, when he was given the house corner and came out and was the show was built around him a little bit. It changed. I think he felt there was pressure on him. You mentioned the Lenroy Thomas fight. He did freeze a little bit, but I think against Lucas Brown, he that was his night. He got a great win there. A fight that was starting to get really difficult, and he found a brilliant body shot. Again, the fight with David Price was a punishing night, took a lot of big shots. David Price, big guy, big puncher, and was able to keep him at long range, and Dave Allen just couldn't close the distance, couldn't make David Price fight his kind of fight, and it was, as you say, in the end, a real punishing loss.
Dorian Darch hasn't had a bad round here at all. He's been busy, he's landed a few.
Real easy. Don't stop. Come on. Show your levels above. Pull the jab on him. Look at these. Just blow him out forward. Just pull him, blow him out the water. Come on.
Pull back on that right as well, Dave. Pull back up.
So a couple of rounds in here, Jason Shinfield, just giving David Allen a little bit of a rocket there and saying to him that Dorian Darch won that second round. And I would agree with that, actually. I think you have just shaded that for Allen. Wasn't a lot in it, but he just kind of... He stood off Darch a bit and let him make the running, but that was a good right hand there from Allen at the start of the round, and I think that pep talk from the corner has had the desired effect, because the first couple of rounds, it was like he was treating this as a bit of a spar, to be honest, but it's a fight. Good left hook there, and Darch just worked onto his heels, and down he goes. And that was a good shot, well delivered, well timed. And Darch just looking straight at John Latham there, gets back to his feet. And Allen looking to close in and finish, left to the body there. And Darch is in trouble here. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, and flat onto his back again. Up onto his haunches. And at this stage of his career, you've got to wonder how much he wants this, and he's decided that enough is enough. And Dorian Darch is counted out. So David Allen, after being told off in the corner there by Jason Shinfield for really just allowing the second round to drift unnecessarily, I think was...
With the blue trunks and the brown of Johnny Fisher. Youth, power, hope, and Big John just behind him, Darren.
Yeah, you can see him there. He looks very nervous, Adam, as you can imagine. He's starting in a huge fight here with Dave Allen.
Looking in great shape, though, Johnny Fisher under Mark Tibbs, but Dave Allen's gone through a real training camp with Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis, two of the best in the business. What can they muster up here, cook up for Dave Allen at this stage in his career?
Johnny Fisher's jab is key for both. It's key for him if it's heavy and fast to push Dave Allen back with and work like that. And for Dave Allen, if it comes back a bit low or slow, that's his marker to come off that, to slip inside, get in close and work away.
It was about this sort of time in the first round that he blew away Alan Babbage at the copper box in the summer. I was at ringside. There's the body shots, good from Fisher. 5,000 or so filling out the copper box, and look at him go. The Rockford Bull applying the pressure right to Dave Allen, who had the better, much better of the sparring, Darren, years ago.
Yeah, just over 5 years ago. He was very, very raw. Then Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen, I think it's fair to say, really give him a bit behind him. But one thing I took away from that sparring, being there ringside, was how tough Johnny Fisher was. But since then, he's come on low.
That was low.
That was a little low.
And he looked at the referee, Dave Allen. That's a bit of inexperience there for someone who's been in, what, 31 fights. He just looked at the referee because it was low.
Yeah, and you don't need to give Johnny Fisher a sniff. He see it, and he went straight for Dave Allen, didn't he?
Well, it was low, but the referee said it wasn't. I think he looked at the referee, and the referee said carry on.
That's it.
And in fair to Johnny Fisher, he did what you should do, jumped on him, good body shot.
More body shots being drilled home. That's the battle plan to really test Dave Allen, how much he wants it at this stage of his career, the 32-year-old from Doncaster, the Doncaster de la Hoya.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he soaked them up, but some vicious body shots going in from Johnny Fisher.
And a right hand as well to the chin from Fisher. It's a great start here from the youngster.
Really is working the jab well, and obviously evidently working that body quite well as well. But Allen's tough, can half block a shot as well. Take a little step back, take the sting out of your punches.
And he's doing the same thing, Dave Allen. He is taking the sting out of the shots. You're just seeing there, just moving back, just taking the full purchase away from Johnny Fisher's right hand.
Good jab there from Dave Allen, who's given a lot of the top heavyweights trouble over the years in the gyms. Had a massive win over Lucas Brown for him, topping a big bill at the O2. Dave Allen, he's threatened to do something for all these years, but hasn't quite delivered when it's mattered.
Did a good round though there for Dave Allen, for Johnny Fisher.
Listen, I know you were throwing in body shots, but let me tell you something, yeah? If you can
back him up without being taxing, so he's on the ropes. He can't get any distance. So be patient in doing that. Back him up on the ropes. If you can back him up on the ropes. And then when he's on the ropes, he can't make himself any room so he falls short. Yeah? Unless you're close up. Get me? Too far out. Too far out to find the body down. Right? So keep building that fast jab. It can be better than that. Right? So it's like, relax. Yeah? Alright? Listen.
Yeah, good positive start. The work to the body. Look at that. I mean, that's class. The accuracy, the way he's bent the knees and just shifted the weight from side to side. Yeah, it was on the waistline there, that second one. That right hand, he took that well. And that's one of the things that can't be questioned is Dave Allen's chin.
Second attempt, the vacant WBA Intercontinental belt on the line. Just a minor one as Johnny Fisher looks to climb the rankings. You heard him earlier saying he'd be happy just with a British title. That would be a massive success for him. He was a rugby player and a history student at Exeter. Intelligent guy, turned to boxing because he loved the Rocky films. Well, that's not the first.
No, I mean, yeah, what a story that was. What a film. I used to watch all the Rocky films before my fights.
You would never have guessed. I know genuinely you would never, the way you box, you'd never have guessed. No chance. I still don't believe you.
Big sweeping shots from Fisher, still targeting that body.
Control though.
Telling them to keep them up a little bit. Dave Allen with a right hand over the top. He still dangerous, Allen. 18 knockouts in the 23 victories he has. And if he can soak up this pressure, it'll be interesting to see what Johnny Fisher's like on the back foot.
Yeah, well, look, one of the things I was always annoyed with Dave Allen was just when he got there, there was no intent, no desire to let his hands go. But at least here, he's trying to force the paces. You can see there's a bit more desire. Look, a lot has changed in Dave Allen's life since those years I was working with him. Look, he's a father of two now. He's not just fighting for himself, he's fighting for his kids. Good work there, head dropping to the body, doubling up the left hook.
Good jab again as well. Oh, good right hand.
Yeah, nice rights from Fisher and an uppercut. Good work from Allen, but back comes Fisher with heavier artillery.
I've been liking Fisher here because he hasn't been going crazy when he's landing with a good shot. He's not unloading like a lunatic. So Allen's trying to walk him down, but Fisher's not really wasting too much energy either. Just being sensible.
Another right hand for Johnny Fisher and the body shot. He just looked a little winded there, Dave Allen, who was full of spirit the other night, talking to Addy up on the stage and saying that he was going to totally outclass Johnny Fisher, that he's not in his league.
But I tell you what, the way that Johnny Fisher has developed since those 5 years I watched him as a raw novice is incredible. Look, he's got a great trainer in Mark Tibbs in his corner, and he's obviously taken everything on board because the rate of improvement has been so impressive.
Yeah, right there, Dan. It's been rapid, hasn't it? In sort of 4 fights as well, I would say.
Yeah, the variation, the jab, knowing when to move your head and your feet.
Just blowing a little bit there, Johnny Fisher.
Well, Allen will want to just stay with him if he can soak this up for 2 or 3 rounds and maybe utilise that experience. But Fisher unloading, interesting. And look who's in the Kingdom Arena. The Gypsy King with his ruggedy, scruffy beard still on. Maybe he's shortened it slightly, but he means business, focused. A man of few words this week, Barry. Unusual for him.
It is unusual, but I sort of liked it. Because I think, you know, he's always been able to get into people's heads psychologically, because he's always been technically so much better. But in this fight, he knows up against this guy, who's technically as good. His resolve is better than anybody's, and you can't get into his head.
A lot of cheering from inside this arena. Many Ukrainian fans here for Alexander Usyk, decked out in purple, his late father's favourite colour.
Round 3.
And there'll be purple and green all over the place this week. Tyson Fury and his camp. Well, it's very interesting, the whole build-up this week. Psychologically, and that 11-minute stare down after the press conference, replaced by a 3-second one last night at the weigh-in.
Lovely fast hands there for Johnny Fisher.
Big right hand from Dave Allen, though. He's not overawed, is he, Darren?
No, he's not. And that lead hand sometimes does drop a little low. Barry pointed out in the first round, he can't afford to pour with that jab or keep it low, because that right hand that we just see from Dave Allen is his money punch, the overhand right.
He's been in with Dillian White, David Price, that win over Lucas Brown. If he can take these, but Fisher really chucking them at him, and those body shots, they may take their toll. Allen trying to get that right hand over the top. It's getting rough in there already in the third.
So there's been 15 body shots landed by Johnny Fisher already in the round, in the fight.
Back behind his jab, Fisher. Just doing more, isn't he? And a right hand there.
Yeah, but he's in with someone here in Dave Allen, who I say is very durable. You see, he knows, he's talked about the experience that he has. He knows when to slip, slide, just take the full whack out of the shot.
But Darren, he's had a couple of wins in this sort of comeback, but it's this erratic stop-start career. It might catch up with him against a young, fresh Fisher.
Yeah, look, I think he does need an occasion like this to bring out the best of him. And it's crazy to think that this would be the first title, if he was to win this, that he's ever won as a professional. Not an area title, not anything.
That's ridiculous. He's given us so much entertainment, Dave Allen, and he's been good value and decent as well.
And what he's doing, he's taking punches he's not winning the round, but he's making Fisher work a little bit harder, not at a frantic pace, harder than he wants to be, but more importantly, he's always on his chest.
Again, more body shots from Fisher. Allen soaking them up and throwing out some of his own as well.
Yeah, he's making Johnny Fisher work, just creeping forward all the time.
Last few seconds of this one. Lee McGregor got the win, he's with Eddie.
Lee, you've had some big wins, but this might be the biggest win of your career, considering the stage and where we are as well.
Yeah, and well, everyone knows my story, you know, I don't need to keep going on about it. I just needed my chance. I had a bad run, but I told everyone I know how good I am, and I feel like I proved that tonight, and that's still not even my best. I had a bad loss like last year. I learned a lot from that, you know, and I've fixed everything. I've been in the best shape I've ever been in. I trained solid for 11 weeks. I was the best version of myself, and I said this before, and everyone can tell with my demeanour in the fight weeks with me, if they know I'm going to perform or not. And that one that I lost, you know, like my 2 hiccup performances have been due to weight issues. And I've fixed everything, and I feel like I'm in the position where I am at the best version of myself, and I'm only going to get better and stronger. And I says to everybody I was going to announce myself to the biggest stage in the world, and I feel like I've done that.
Certainly have done it. Magnificent performance, Lee. Well done.
Thank you very much.
It was a really good performance. See what an 11-week training camp, bit of confidence could do, and he still looks fresh as a daisy after it.
Yeah, he shouldn't though, because it was a really hard scrap, but he boxed very, very well.
This could be a hard scrap here. Into the 4th round. Johnny Fisher landing body shots, but Dave Allen, this sort of immovable object at the moment, just creeping forward, not doing as much, but he might test the resilience and the stamina of Fisher.
Because Fisher's unloading his shots here. I'm not saying he put everything into him, but he's heavy-handed, so he's turning from the body. It's all a lot of wasted energy, and also psychologically, you're not getting the rewards. You're not seeing anyone push back to the shot or hurt.
Oh, that's that shot that flattened Nick Webb. That is his shot, the big overhand right.
I remember it. When Nick Webb went down, that was another good win for Dave Allen. How has he not won a title? He just looks at you, Darren, gives you a little nod.
Do you know what? I think he'll be quite happy at the moment. He's making him work an awful lot. You see there the percentage big in favour of Johnny Fisher, 45%.
Well, he's winning the rounds, isn't he, Johnny Fisher?
But you said it there, questioning the tank of Fisher. He's a very fit lad, but he's being made to work all the time, and as Barry said, he's loaded up with a lot of shots.
Just a slightly worried look on the face of promoter Eddie Hearn in that front row as Dave Allen continues to walk forward.
Just got to be careful, Dave Allen, because he is making Fisher work hard, and you can see it now. Just be careful he doesn't give away too many rounds and bank on him gassing out to stop him. He's still got to try and win enough rounds just in case that doesn't happen and Fisher doesn't get a second wind.
It's a good combination from Fisher. There is Eddie, right opposite us. He loves the Johnny Fisher story. Big John, his dad, is really popular in Australia. They've got so many places they can go with Johnny. They wanted to take a Bosch plane over here to Saudi.
Bosch Airways.
Bosch Airways.
Doing the right thing there, Johnny Fisher, just getting behind the jab. Doesn't have to load up with everything. I'd like to see Dave Allen as well. Once he throws that big overhand right, just throw the left to the body. He's in the right position.
Well, not more than that, keep throwing. You're there, aren't you?
He's not doing that, is he? He's not really delivering many punches, Dave Allen, but what he is doing is trying to wear down Johnny Fisher.
Yeah, he was the heavier out of the two at the weigh-in yesterday. Just trying to put that weight into this fight, lean on Johnny Fisher, who you would think, looking at the two, is the bigger, taller for sure, but
the jab's been good for Fisher, hasn't it?
It has.
Worked really well for him.
Yeah, 16 pounds heavier, Dave Allen. Meanwhile, Emily is with Len Blavatnik.
The one and only Len Blavatnik has arrived. Len, before you head in there, I can't let you go without telling us who you think is going to win tonight.
I don't know, but I hope it's a great fight, and it's really good for the boxing community.
Absolutely.
And for DAZN. We really love both fighters, and we love being here in Saudi.
We do. This will be absolutely great.
Having you on the air.
I love having me on air too. Thank you, Len.
Fantastic to hear from Sir Len there. Will be taking his place at ringside. Everybody here tonight to see the heavyweights, Usyk and Fury, and we're enjoying this in the domestic level, the Romford Bull and the Doncaster de la Hoya, or the White Rhino. Dave Allen's had a number of nicknames. They touch gloves, the respect's really there. I think Johnny Fisher looked up to Dave Allen a few years ago. Now he's trying to beat him up.
Yeah, he did. And he does, still. He's got a lot of respect for Dave Allen. I'll tell you what, he took a really good right hand from Dave Allen, as you see on the replays there. Then one's a horrible round the side of the head. Oh, good right to the body, just as Dave Allen was throwing the left hook. Oh, that one was low.
Yeah, it was low.
Oh, there comes Dave Allen, and Johnny Fisher's hurt, and he's tumbled down. First time in his career, and there is a knockdown. How about that? Round 5, drama here.
Allen's got to jump all over him now.
Fisher hurt. Oh! Allen now is on the verge here of something quite dramatic. Johnny Fisher could be falling apart, and there's over 2 minutes left in the 5th round. He was bundled down, and Fisher is badly stunned. Dave Allen having a ticking off here. And Johnny Fisher's having some time to recover, but he looks pretty exhausted, and he's on shaky legs.
He really is. They look unsteady.
Yeah,
Can Dave get the big uppercut?
And Dave Allen here is upsetting the odds.
He's got to hold on here, Fisher. Lean on him, tie him up.
Has he got any experience, though? As Allen clumps in another couple of shots. Dave Allen told us he was coming to win, and he's soaked up the punishment, and he's now turning the tables on Johnny Fisher. 1:20 in the round, and Fisher's punches look like there's nothing in them, and he might be taken out here. He's got a hold.
I'm not sure he's knackered here as well, Dave Allen.
He has to seize this moment. Still plenty of time left, a minute to go. He has to get all over Johnny Fisher here. The legs are still gone.
Oh, good shot there for
Oh, comes Fisher, and now they're throwing caution to the wind, the pair of them.
Dave Dave Allen's offering his chin.
Blood to the nose of Fisher. He's trying to go toe to toe. Here comes Allen. What a 5th round here in Riyadh.
Oh, that right hand there from Dave Allen.
I'm not sure who's going to go here. Fisher's down early in the round, and Allen could have probably won the fight, but Fisher's somehow surviving.
He just can't get enough room here, Dave Allen, to land the shots. He's going too wide with that right hand.
And he's exhausted as well, isn't he, Dave Allen? Rightly so. He did put his foot on the pedal, went for it.
There's a lot of blood on the face of Johnny Fisher. Not sure where that's coming from.
The nose may be broken. 2 British heavyweights going for it here. Oh, Bosh! You can hear him say that. At the end of that, as he goes back to the corner, both of them on shaky legs. And, well, it's not high-quality boxing, but it's a lot of fun.
Look at this now, look at back, colour by shot. I think the referee said something. And Allen just carried on throwing. Allen did nothing wrong. Fisher just thought the referee said break. He never. He just said keep the punches up. That's a good shot.
Big left hook from Dave Allen.
And then he went for it, didn't he? Look at these lovely shots here from Dave Allen.
I'll tell you what, if that right hand lands, it'll cause a lot more damage. Credit to Johnny Fisher. And as he went back to the corner, his ear as well, his left ear looks badly damaged.
Look at this as well. He's getting pummeled here, trying to walk forward, trying to hold on. And Allen's just whacking him with uppercuts and hooks over the top.
An absolutely crazy round of boxing here, the 5th. Dave Allen's been sent out by Jamie Moore to finish it. They touch gloves again. These two are mates, really, and they're giving us, well, a humdinger in some way.
I think they've sent out Johnny Fisher to do the same thing. Well, listen, you got to go for him here.
Dave Allen, 10-8 round on Sergio's card. Turning it around. Can he win it now, Allen?
He's come out of this round, round 6. Johnny Fisher with a bit more purpose. He's annoyed with himself. But can Dave Allen shorten up the shots?
You see, he's landing the shots, Fisher. This is having no effect on Dave Allen. Shut a chopping right hand.
And Fisher's hurt again. He does have the quality in the locker.
But you don't see the punches. They're coming up and they're coming over the top.
Big right hand from Fisher. Surely one of them's going to go at some point.
Big deep breath from Dave Allen. Pokes his tongue out. Keeps walking forward.
I tell you what, Doncaster De La Hoya, Doncaster Chisora.
It is. It's exactly like that. It's like a Derek Chisora war, and the two of them are stuck on the ropes now.
I know they're both exhausted, sorry Adam, but they need someone here. Certainly Johnny Fisher, I feel, needs to just start getting back behind the jab. You've got to get some room, get some space between the two here.
Oh, what a shot.
Both exhausted, but this is a 10-round fight. Surely it can't go the distance.
I mean, Fisher's landing the shots that should be doing their job. They should be doing their job, they're just not.
There's a smile on George Warren's face at ringside. I mean, it's a brutal battle, this.
It really is. And again, Dave Allen showing how durable he really is.
Oh, nice left hook there from Allen.
And a right hand, cuffing as well. Fisher comes back, and left hook from Allen was a sickener. And again, he's finding the better punches.
No, he's on wobbly legs here again.
He's got to be careful inside, Johnny Fisher. He keeps getting caught with the right hook.
But he's coming right back. He said he's like an away wet day in Stoke, isn't he? As a football comparison, no Liverpool or Chelsea. An away fixture in Stoke, and that's what he's like.
Cold Wednesday in Stoke, he said, I think.
He's great, Johnny Fisher, and Dave Allen too. One of them's going to win this.
Doing the right thing there, Dave Allen. He just leant on Johnny Fisher and made him fall to the canvas, and it's not nice. That it takes energy getting back to your feet. In a fight like this, that can make the difference. Those little bits of energy-draining tactics.
Sweeping shots from Allen. Again, Johnny Fisher seemed to be a little bit hurt at the end of that round, but he did more, Fisher.
Trust me. Trust me. When he throws that 2, follow it in. Tight, and as soon as he finishes, go boom, boom, boom. Promise.
Jamie Moore
Do it.
with the instructions to Dave Allen.
All I want you to do is get it back now, recover. Look at me. 3, 1, 2, 3.
So much ahead on this card, and also we're heading to Belfast for a massive All-Irish clash. March the 1st, live on DAZN. Lewis Crocker taking on Limerick's excellent Paddy Donovan. That's a good one, that. Both undefeated, both knockout artists, putting it all on the line. Dave Allen really quick out of the blue corner. Johnny Fisher taking every second of the inter-round. They touch gloves. They've done that every time, and then they go to war.
Remarkable stuff. He's been here before, Dave Allen. He knows what it takes to get through these kind of fights. Yes, been unsuccessful, but he'll feel that with it. Oh! Massive shot and an uppercut from Dave Allen.
How's he on his feet?
Johnny Fisher's chin. Wow, he's showing some resistance here, Fisher. Down and wobbled badly. Now in the 7th round, the lights are going on. It's all happening.
Even they're enjoying it.
Dave Allen finding these punches and really testing everything about Johnny Fisher here.
The thing is, Johnny Fisher's doing some really good work. It's just having zero effect on Allen.
And he just nodded, sorry, shook his head, Dave Allen, as to say, you're not hurting me at all. Exactly what you just said there, and that's so demoralising.
It's only the 37th round of Johnny Fisher's career. Dave Allen's had nearly 200 rounds. It's this experience.
Talking to him as well, Allen.
That's what he does. Psychology as well. That's low.
Get on with it.
Get on with it, says Bob Williams. The uppercut. Allen knows the punches, but can he get the job done? Not yet.
Oh,
back comes Fisher. This is extraordinary.
He's making a mockery of these odds, isn't he, before this fight?
Well, he told us, Dave Allen, and Jamie Moore's got him into fantastic condition. He's always had the ability. Can he get this big win? He's looking for the uppercut.
He's that stupid from Fisher. He's looking away from the target there. He can't see what's coming.
But back he comes for the combination, and now Allen has to hold.
But the shots just don't have the same effect now, do they, on Dave Allen?
Get on with it. Take the shots up.
See, it's getting all good work.
45 left in the 7th. What on earth happens next in what's been a fight you just can't take your eyes off? Not cultured. Certainly not light on their feet, are they? But wow, it's been a...
Well,
it's been what you see on the cobbles.
This is technique, game plan, everything gone out the window. This is who wants it more. Will to win, desire. Who's going to leave it all in the ring? Who's going to land that big shot?
Good body shot from Dave Allen there, but back comes Fisher with his own work.
Stop boxing, stop boxing.
Even when he's tired, Allen, he still takes a good shot. Even that fatigue doesn't help.
It's a gladiatorial survival of the fittest in this one.
You can't hang to your right, yeah? It's ridiculous, sack it up. You're asking him to pummel you. Do not do that, yeah? So from there...
Father and son in there. Mark Tibbs with the instructions, Jimmy working on the nose. Johnny Fisher showing tremendous guts.
That combination there, Adam, sorry. The overhand right was wrong by the ear, but that uppercut and then the shot after it, I don't know how he stayed up from that. And then that as well, because that's behind the glove. You don't see that shot, do you?
Yeah, look at that ear. The left ear of Johnny Fisher. Black and blue, taking some big shots. The uppercuts, the hook upstairs. Yeah, how is he still on his feet? And that's looking away from the target. He cannot afford to do that, Johnny Fisher.
Longest Johnny Fisher's ever gone in a professional ring. 11 of his 12 wins coming by early knockout, really. It's uncharted territory for Fisher. Allen's been here before. A big right hand, and somehow he just takes that, Fisher.
Well, we were praising Allen for the first 4 rounds, and his chin, now he's done. He swapped around now.
Stop boxing, let him go.
I can't actually believe what I'm seeing in this fight.
Remarkable powers of recovery from both. It really is.
Oh, look at this. Sergio Mora, 66-66.
Well, Sergio, absolutely. Dave Allen mustering it up. That experience and being drilled into condition as well. He's got a lot of fans back in Doncaster really wanting Dave Allen to get this massive upset win on a big stage. And so many think he deserves this. He's given so much to boxing, but boxing's a cruel sport. Johnny Fisher still has every chance of winning this.
Well, boxing won't give you anything. You've got to go out and get it. And that's what we're seeing different from Dave Allen from the past. He's going for it. He's landing big shots. He's, most importantly, he's throwing the big shots.
Yeah. Oh, lovely, lovely body shot.
Yeah, he picked that up nicely. He used those body shots in the first couple of rounds. And again, trying to dent Allen. Body shots from Allen, swinging with that left hook.
He gets a beautiful angle. He gets a beautiful angle on that body shot, doesn't he, Dave Allen?
Yeah, really whips it in.
You know what, guys? It's obviously not the best fight of 2024, but it's one of the hardest fought.
That's a cracking little watch.
Grueling fight.
Allen digging in these shots. Back comes Fisher. Cracking action in the 8th round, and there's a minute to go.
That's it, up there. Up the middle, that's it, Dave. Stop boxing.
Right in front of us, you can feel the exhaustion. Dave Allen sticks his tongue out. He thinks he's in control here.
Oh, left hook again.
Oh, that's a lot of energy, that is, isn't it, from Fisher?
The last thing you want to be doing when you're exhausted is missing with heavy power shots.
Oh, good shot.
Digging in Johnny Fisher, showing us something different. How much he wants it as well.
Do you know what, Adam, that's the right, you know, whatever happens here, and the fight's going in the favour of Dave Allen at the minute, his direction. Fisher's told us all we need to know.
Huge punches going in. Last 10 seconds. Uppercut from Allen, who just seems to have that extra power in there. And Fisher on bendy legs again, but back he comes. Oh my word.
Right, we all need to take a breather here.
Oh, let's get over to Addy. We need a breath.
We're all enjoying this one, including this man, the IBF Cruiserweight Champion, Jai Patai. Jai, you're enjoying this one, aren't you?
Man, this is a crack-on fight, bro. They're punching the shit out of each other.
Yeah. You've got a big fight coming up yourself at the start of the new year. How's preparation going for that one?
Prep's been good, man. You know, we've been hard at work since we've been back here. We've just been pumping in sessions, events, so it's been real good. We got some good sparring over here too. So
I have to ask you about the main event, Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury. Alexander Usyk, a man you've been linked with, but how do you see the main event playing out?
Well, this is an interesting one, you know. I feel like we're going to get a whole different version of Tyson Fury, so it's very exciting. I'm kind of leaning a bit towards Tyson Fury for this one. I'd like to see him go 1-1 and maybe a trilogy, so it's very exciting.
Indeed it is. Jai, enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Already one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Jai Patai, back on DAZN in Australia in a few weeks' time. Great to have him and so many other legends of the sport around. And he must be enjoying this. It's brutal. Dave Allen into the 9th round. Remember, Johnny Fisher on the floor, wobbled a few times. He's come back. Eddie Hearn was on his feet trying to encourage his man. A round down, a point down, Sergio. It's amazing, this. What turnaround.
This isn't boxing, guys. This is a bar fight. This is a bar fight. Technique has gone out the window. This is a slugfest. I'm enjoying this, but look, I gotta give it to Allen. I mean, he's not the undefeated fighter, but he's acting like one. He wants that 0.
Huge uppercuts. Sergio, as you were speaking, from Dave Allen, who nods a respect to Johnny Fisher for the chin he's showing and the, well, he's stubborn as anything, Fisher. He could have folded, couldn't he? You know, after very, very little amateur experience, nothing really.
Fatigue.
And he showed a heart tonight.
Fatigue should be playing its part now. So when you take a big shot like that, you should go jelly-legged. Something should be happening.
And a nice 1-2 left hook there, but Dave Allen again takes it, fights back with a nice sneaky left uppercut of his own.
And he walks him back, he leans on him and walks him back, doesn't he? He doesn't push, not too much.
It's that experience.
Oh, lovely little combination there from Fisher.
Yeah, he shows those combinations for Allen, using that weight advantage as well. Fisher, the run for full, trying to keep strong.
Whatever happens tonight, Fisher's shown us what he's made of, I tell you that. But we knew what Dave Allen was made of, but Fisher's shown us what he's made of. Win or lose tonight.
And we'd see it again, this.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in it, though.
They need a big rest after this, the pair of them. It's not won or lost yet.
Stop boxing, stop boxing.
Who can drive themselves down this last 3 minutes and 45 seconds of action? Fisher, the younger man by 7 years, will that help him?
Again, that lean in, it just drains you, doesn't it?
Doing the right thing.
He's old manning him a bit here, Dave Allen.
This is experience, you're seeing it in front of your eyes. Just walks Johnny Fisher onto a jab as well. Just struggling to land the shots at the minute, Fisher.
Yep, winning this, Dave Allen. And it's going to be a massive victory for him if he can keep it going.
Oh, good 1-2 there from Fisher.
There's the uppercut, the oohs and ahs from Nigel Travis and Jamie Moore alongside us. And here comes Dave Allen again, backing Fisher up into his own corner.
Just slid to the side there, didn't he, Allen? So Fisher couldn't really see what was coming.
Both men shattered and a round to go. Well, it's been a tough, tough career for Dave Allen. And we've all wondered when he's going to get that moment. He's become a coach. He's a wonderful guy around the scene in Yorkshire. And maybe this is the chance. 3 minutes away from the most unlikely victory, but one he would have earned.
And 3 minutes away from earning his first strap as a professional fighter. What that would mean to Dave Allen. Can Johnny Fisher find something here? Looking unsteady there, took another really big left hook. The leg's very unsteady, and again, round the side with the right hand.
That thing is that, can he find something? He's been doing it. Just Dave Allen there's no effect on Dave Allen. He's bulletproof.
A massive hug between the two of them. They touch gloves many times. It's fabulous to see, and they go back to battle. Grueling, intense, not pretty, but it's been a great watch, and Dave Allen is on the verge of what will be his biggest win on this huge night. And you're right, Darren, it would mean the world to him to go home with the title, but to do it in front of Turki Al-Sheikh and Eddie and Frank and George and everybody at ringside.
In a career that didn't seem to be going, and it wasn't going down, but it wasn't going anywhere, was it? Unfortunately for him. You know, the ability that Darren knows, because Darren used to train him, but the ability he had, it was not wasted, but just didn't really get the rewards.
You trained him, but you've got to give hats off to what they've done, Jamie and Nigel. He's obviously in fabulous shape.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're levels above me as a trainer, that's for sure. And they've worked wonders with Dave. They really have. And this has been a fight of two halves, but the half for Dave Allen has been very impressive. He's landed the big shots. He's got the knockdown. And on the biggest stage of all, he was main event, top of the bill against David Price at London's O2. But you'd have to say this stage, this card, with his career on the line, is the biggest moment of his career.
Unquestionably. He was at the GBM show a couple of weeks ago. I know Izzy Asif and everyone back home in Yorkshire will be cheering him on. The Doncaster De La Hoya, the White Rhino, a minute and 20 away. Johnny Fisher sucking it up and seeing it out, showing his toughness.
Oh, he's been fantastic, Johnny Fisher. He's done all the right things to make a dent in anyone else.
So smart here, Dave Allen, what he's doing. He's leaning on, he's just nullifying the threat of anything coming back his way, and he's just stabbing in little right hands. This is good work, good reply though from Johnny Fisher, but he is spent, they both are.
3 judges at ringside.
There, Van Allen.
With this WBA Intercontinental belt on the line. Looks like it's going down to them. Who'd have thought that? After 4 or 5 rounds, it would be going to the judges.
He's really pushing here, isn't he, Fisher? Really trying to dig deep.
Fisher trying to finish strong here. Oh, left hook from Dave Allen, and the pair of them swinging from the hip. Great shots from Allen. Fisher, tired, drained, 20 to go. Allen deserves it. Will he get this?
Beating his chest here, Dave Allen.
How many times? Watch your head. Stop boxing.
Well, you can't fault the commitment, can you?
The commitment of the pair of them has been absolutely brilliant as they fall into each other's arms, and there's applause at ringside. Dave Allen drops to his knees. He knows, surely, he's won his first title. What a performance from Dave Allen. He's asking Darren Barker if he's won it. We won't know until the judges make it official, but I think he's in tears on the canvas. This is what it means to him. He's gone through 10 rounds of that. Johnny Fisher deserves his credit as well. What a grueling battle the pair put on.
He worked so hard, Dave Allen, he can't get up.
Well, coming up here on DAZN, we are down 6 fights on a stacked undercard ahead of our huge heavyweight headliner tonight for the Unified Heavyweight Championship. Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, the main event coming up later. Meanwhile, let's talk about Johnny Fisher and David Allen. Not for want of trying, Sergio, but we still can't get a knockout.
I don't know where to start. I mean, this... both had their moments. The undefeated Fisher came in with nice body shots, pushed the fight, was looking for the knockout, but of course the experience of David Allen just kept them in there, just kept chugging away, landing shots like that over the top. Those are hard to stop if you don't have upper body movement. If you don't have footwork, you're bound to get caught with those looping shots, those haymakers by David Allen. Right here you can see the legs going out. The legs going out on Johnny Fisher, the undefeated Fisher. You could tell that the fight was going out of him. Shots like that, uppercuts like that, taking the legs away of the undefeated fighter. But look, those shots right there, Kate, those are the ones I'm talking about. They're coming from everywhere. You can't stop that unless you have upper body movement, unless you have footwork, unless you can move around the ring and use your jab. These guys were just slugging away. This was a bar fight inside a square circle.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like David Allen didn't get the memo coming into this fight, Sergio. Johnny Fisher was supposed to be on the up.
I don't think he got the memo, but I'm glad that we got the memo. This was an awesome, awesome fight. It had nothing to do with boxing. Zero sweet science here. This was just a fight.
Ooh, well, if you ask the fans, they would say that David Allen has won this fight. Let's go back over to Thomas Schreiber in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a split decision.
Yeah.
Judge John Latham scores it 95-94 in favor of Johnny Fisher. Judge Leszek Jankowiak scores it 96-93 in favor of David Allen. And Judge Oliver Bryan scores it 95-94 for your winner. And now the WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Johnny the Rubber Bull Fisher.
I think everyone got it wrong. That's what
the year so far, the rematch of that hugely controversial 10-round dust-up in the Saudi desert as Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen go to war again. What have they learned? What tactics will Mark Tibbs and Jamie Moore come up with? And will all plans go out of the window with the big boys taking off where they left off? We hope for fireworks. It's Fisher, Allen 2.
Looks as if Fisher trying to box here, keep it at range, get behind that jab. I think he said at the presser he was going to hold the centre of the ring and let big bombs go, but opts into box here, and that's the shot for Dave Allen. We've seen that before against Nick Webb, etc. That overhand right. But he needs to be cute with the shot.
And straight away you can see him leaning on his back foot, Fisher, leaving his chin maybe a little bit in the air. That right hand over the top thrown at the wrong time could spell disaster for Johnny Fisher.
I think it's important for Fisher, even though he has to start fast, but not to be more economical than he was the first time. So a lovely right hand there from Dave Allen, but it's important that Fisher does keep that chin tucked in. Try and work behind the jab, but not to go head-hunting too much.
Interesting that he's shooting the right hand in early, Dave Allen. Remember, Fisher was down. First time in his life in the 5th round in December. But he had a decent start before then, and pretty much everybody, felt that Dave Allen deserved it on the night. Maybe everybody apart from Big John, who's hitting, and he's still so nervous. Body shot from Fisher.
Well, when Fisher got tired, he stood very, very tall and was a target to be hit. So you got to try and bend those legs a little bit more, stay a bit more compact when he's under pressure. And for Allen, I mean, if he started a little bit faster, he knows he can hurt him. He knows that staying nice and low, throwing shots over the top, working that body are going to be real positive signs for him to get Fisher tired and then get the rub of the green in the second half of the fight.
Yeah, Sonny, sorry, you're right, Sonny, but that right hand there, if he can time it, Dave Allen, he'll have some success. But not only that, the right hand of Johnny Fisher does drop low at times, so the left hook after that right hand is also there.
And you got to think, even though Johnny Fisher would have definitely learnt a lot from that first 10 rounds, look, it was his first proper hard fight over any sort of amount of rounds. He would have learnt so much, but now he's got the same opponent back in with probably more confidence. I know a lot of people wrote Dave Allen off for the first one. They're not doing the same this time.
Yeah. That's a really good point, Sonny. He was a massive underdog, Dave Allen, but he proved his worth, didn't get the decision, and now he's got to do it all over again. And in hostile territory, this is Johnny Fisher land and the right hand at the end of the first, but Dave Allen's been advancing.
But good for Allen, he jumped right back on in there.
Keep doing what you're doing. Legs out. Believe in what you're doing, son. Believe in what you're doing. You're doing a good job. Stick to it. Yeah. When that right hand comes, bend your knees a little bit, but with the left up, left down. All right. Look, Scott you on the back. All right. Listen, you've got with a good body shot. Yeah. Get that chin down. Cheers, sonny. All right, son. Suck out. All right, look alive, look assertive with that left. Looking good. All right, well done, son. Get him thinking, don't stand for his old tricks.
Watch the old tricks. Mark Tibbs with his dad, Jimmy Tibbs, famous corner team. The Black Trunks of Johnny Fisher, the 26-year-old, the Romford Bull, in with Dave Allen in those blue and gold in fight number 33, and he's 33 now, Dave Allen. You feel he's been around forever. Turned way back in 2012, been in with the likes of Dillian White, Luis Ortiz, and many others. Had that great night beating Lucas Brown, headlining at the O2. He's had his great times and he's had his tough, hard times. It's just really good to see him in this sort of form.
I think Allen needs to get that pendulum motion as he's coming forward. It's just seeming that strip there, but the biggest worry for him is he walks on the shots coming at Fisher. But if you get that pendulum movement, Fisher's got to look for the target. Just tire Fisher out a little bit more.
And I do think that right uppercut for Johnny Fisher will be his key. I think the way that Dave Allen's walking him down with a quite high static guard, then trying to move his shoulders, I think the gap for a lot of the time is going to be as Dave steps in over his front foot.
Fisher getting his jab going, so too does Allen.
Also think the exact combination, the two shots he threw against Nick Webb, where he slips inside the jab, throws the left to the body, then the overhand right there. He's done what you've said, Barry, a couple of times, that pendulum motion. He slips inside, but he's yet to throw that left to the body.
Looking for the long right hand, Johnny Fisher, who's dispatched 11 opponents. Knockout, Allen goes for that big swinging right hand.
See, it's not even that bad that he missed. The fact that'll just put a bit of panic on Fisher. That's all you got to do. With that panic, makes you tense. With that tense, tires you out. And that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to walk him down, make Fisher move that big body around the ring, and then swing shots. If they land, they're great. If they don't land, it makes you tired.
Well, this is better from Fisher with the jab, the fresher, younger man. It'll be interesting to see if he has learned from those 10 rounds. He had a fantastic camp away from Essex. He locked himself from social media and he really focused in Johnny Fisher. He knows he can ill afford another difficult, hard, and maybe losing night. It's a big crowd. They've generated a great story. But Dave Allen's here to spoil the party.
What he can't do, Fisher, he don't want to be close because he can't fight inside Fisher and he can't maul. He doesn't know how to manipulate his body as good as Allen does. So he doesn't want to be close and he just shouldn't throw singles, doubles or trebles for Fisher.
Just loading up with that right hand as well. We see that coming, David, just tucked up. That was good though from Johnny Fisher, the 1-2.
It's when he uses levers, Johnny Fisher, you can feel the weight behind the punches. He's letting Dave walk him back, little feint, and then he's letting him beat him to the punch too often here with the lead hand again, just there.
And also single punches is going to invite Allen to slip and come forward. Combinations, that's the key. But do it fluid, don't load up with him. You're a heavy guy, just fluid.
Good work from Fisher, might be one apiece.
Into punching me, vast majority of the time he's going to try and punch. That's when you've got to be airside, yeah? When you're dropping off there, yeah? Make sure this hand's there, because you're trying to scoot that low left up, yeah? Other than that, perfect. Now you see your short jab, he's starting to get that short jab with him now, and he's sort of switching up with it. We can short pull that fast too now instead. Not every time, but you'll catch him by surprise with it. Huh? Deep breath. Should have stab.
Jamie Moore, what a fighter he was, the exciting southpaw with Nigel Travers in that corner. Johnny Fisher having a decent second. Into the third we go, the 13th round these two have shared. 36 wins between them, a big night for both, particularly Fisher, who's sort of on the way up, the 26-year-old. Not sure what level he'll make, the former Exeter University student. He was a rugby player turned fighter. It's a cracking tale, but so too is Dave Allen's. Good body shot from Fisher. And Allen just hurt here in the first 30 seconds of the third. He was really troubled by that.
I'm not sure if he was saying it was low there, Allen. From our angle, it looked like a good shot.
Has come in heavy, hasn't he, Darren?
Yeah, it's 265. A lot heavier than the first encounter, but it says it was part of the plan. A lot of people saying he wasn't in shape, etc., but he was saying it was all in the plan to impose the size in the fight. And he's landed a couple of good hooks there, Dave Allen.
Good uppercut as well from Dave Allen. Back comes Fisher with a jab.
Treble jab, that's important.
Nods respect as well, Dave Allen. Is starting to heat up here in the third round.
Again, I go back to reiterate my point earlier on. When you throw in singles, that gives you something to counter off, to work off. You throw in doubles and trebles, it's more, you got to regroup. It's difficult, it puts you in a defensive mode, and that's going to be in favor of Fisher. Because if Allen can side in close, if he lands that big overhand right, you're going to be in trouble.
The ref really trying to get a hold of this fight so far, only in the 3rd round. Both fighters have been spoken to a couple of times.
Body shot again from Fisher, sees that target, and uppercut as well. This is good work from Johnny Fisher. Allen just looking a little static.
Just got to keep them elbows tucked in. That uppercut's found a home a couple of times from Johnny Fisher.
Always had a good chin, Dave Allen. Tough as they come. And a left hand back. Well, it's swinging this way and that. This 3rd round body shot from Fisher. And Marcus McDonald getting hold of this.
He might get a point here.
Do you know, just before that, the work from there from Allen, he just pushed Fisher off with his shoulder and then let that 2-punch combination go. Really slick.
Could be a final warning, Sonny, there.
And it's early.
Twice he's done it, I told you.
Only the 3rd round is not ideal.
So much respect between the pair. Gentlemen, they really are. They'll be friends after it. But it's all-out war inside the squared circle for the next few rounds.
And I think Fisher this round doing a really good job of using the ring, setting his feet and then waiting for David to get there. And just as he's getting into range, he's starting to throw. He's having a lot more success so far in the 3rd round.
And not loading up either. That's important for Fisher. Not wasting that energy against a guy who takes a really good shot.
Good body shots from Fisher. He's looking loose and languid and his punches are getting home, and Allen is being caught more often than in the first encounter. Great round for Johnny Fisher.
Great job on the inside. Great job on the inside. When you let the right uppercut, left hook, right hand go, just make sure you're a little bit thick chin. Beautiful work. Good work. Long stuff is cracking. You start to get measure with confidence. I see it in your body language. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, it's the confidence and those body shots. And Mark Tibbs is a happy man in that blue corner.
That was a good body shot there. Fisher was saying it was low, but it looked like a lovely right uppercut to the body there from Fisher. And again, I just think Fisher, the fluency in his work was much better in that round, not loading up. That made him more relaxed, the punches were smoother, and he was able to throw in 2s and 3s and in combinations, and I think that was the difference, and a real good positive round for Fisher.
Yeah, lovely rhythm from Johnny Fisher. As Dave Allen comes forward, right hand. Darren, you've been in his corner before. What would you be telling the Doncaster man?
Keep those hands high, start low, finish high. I think the body shots with the lead hand, then come over with that overhand right. You can see he's quite tall, stays tall, does Johnny Fisher. Gets the chin down well, but you've got to try and get that overhand right into play. That's his shot. Oh, nice cuff in. Right hook there.
And he throws them punches so heavy, Dave Allen. It's a lot of fighters, they struggle when you're up close to really get those little cuff in, any power behind him, but he gets his feet there and he throws a nice heavy shot every time.
He's working really well behind the jab here, Johnny Fisher. It's down to then Dave Allen to try and counter off that shot, slip, throw the right hand. But Johnny Fisher working well.
I think you're right, Darren. I think every single shot that Fisher throws, every single, Allen's got to make the most of it. Slip inside, or he can slip outside as well, I think, and move his feet around the target and throw that left hook.
Lovely jab to head and body from Johnny Fisher, really mixing it up here and catching the eye. Dave Allen just winks down at you. Darren, he's a real character, but he's got to focus on the task in hand here.
Oh, he made the movement there, Allen. He dipped his shoulder, dipped his knees, dipped the shoulder over, didn't throw the right hand.
And those little feints he started in the first couple of rounds doing, he was getting a reaction almost every time. Now it's like he's not giving Johnny anything to think about. He's just sort of walking in quite monotonously.
But I think the whole tactic is to tire Fisher out, I think. But like you say, doing a bit more guile like he was in the first round would bode out much better.
Shoving his head in and being told off by Marcus McDonald. He'll come up with all sorts of tricks if he can. Dave Allen, he's a boxing connoisseur as well. Such a wise fox. And tries to get his jab going. That's the right hand. And Fisher, well, it just missed by a whisker and back he comes. And there's the danger from Allen.
Did well, Fisher there. The first to fire back enough to stop Allen from coming forward, because that was a crunching right down there for Allen.
I don't think he'll mind the pace here, Dave Allen, at the minute. I mean, his nemesis, his kryptonite is when someone's in front of him working and being busy. This isn't an electric pace.
But I still think Johnny Fisher's working quite hard. He's constantly moving his feet and adjusting, and every time Dave gets to the edge of range, he's throwing quite a heavy punch. It's going to be hard to keep that for Fisher, I think, for 10 rounds.
And remember in Riyadh, he started well, Johnny Fisher, and it was the 5th round when he found himself down, and the back half was really hard for him. So Dave Allen is in a case of repeat and coming on strong. Fisher boxing well at the moment, maybe taking these rounds, but Allen very much in it. Let's get over to Jamie to see how our 3 young experts are seeing things.
Okay, back with the esteemed panel of judges from one heavyweight. Let's get your opinion. Justice Hooney, how are you seeing this one through 4 rounds?
I've given all the rounds to Johnny Fisher. I just believe he's the better boxer out there tonight. He's keeping it long and fighting off his jab.
And for you, Giorgio, probably a difficult one for you to score. We know you're very good friends with Johnny, but how are you seeing this one?
Johnny's doing very well. He's keeping him long, staying patient. Yeah, it's different. I've never seen Johnny box before like this before. He's doing a great job at seeing him up by 1 round. No, 3 rounds.
Okay, and just finally for you, Leo. I mean, the atmosphere is incredible. No doubt you can't wait to start your own journey. But how are you seeing this one through 4 as well?
Yeah, I think Johnny's getting well on the jab. He's controlling it, but it's early doors, and I feel like Dave can come back and anything can happen.
4 down, 6 to go.
Yeah, interesting to hear how the boys are seeing things, and yeah, the feeling I think is that Johnny Fisher is up here as we approach the halfway stage, but Dave Allen just keeps coming, and remember, 18 knockouts in those 23 wins, and those big right hands are hard shots, Darren. How heavy a puncher is he on the pads and things?
Yeah, he's a solid puncher. He really is, and I think Sonny pointed out, he's very smart and cute with the way he throws the hooks in close. You think he's sort of too close to his opponent, but he finds a home for the shots.
And he's using so little energy, I think, right now. I think everything Dave's doing, every step, every punch he's making, is right now a reserving mission where Johnny Fisher's kind of doing the other side. He's really trying to...
Whips in a body shot, Dave Allen. I think Sonny's bang on there. I think he's really old manning Fisher here in the last few minutes, and Fisher's got to work hard to try and fend him off.
Good uppercut there from Fisher a second ago.
Oh! Good work from Allen. This is the round that Johnny Fisher went down in Saudi. Surely not again.
Got a fate low here, Allen.
Body shot from Fisher. Marcus McDonald said it's fine. Dave Allen complaining. Look good to me.
See, Fisher would have known, and surely would have been aware that there's going to be that's low.
That is low, that one.
I disagree with the ref here. I think all of them shots have been low, and a good body shot from Dave Allen make Fisher step back.
Both trying to target the area downstairs as this gets harder, more physical, and that might suit Dave Allen.
The point, when Fisher does get tired, it's not to do what he did the last time, and standing with his chin up in the air. That's the thing, you're going to get tired, but in this division more than any other, you've got to stay safe until you get the energy back to fire.
Yeah, he leans back on the ropes.
Took it well. Shakes it off.
He
50 seconds left in the 5th. He most definitely did feel it.
I tell you what, though, he
didn't go down.
He didn't freeze like he did the last time.
Body shot from Allen. And now,
here we go.
The Doncaster heavyweight. Johnny Fisher, what he's all about. Drama here in the 5th round. And it is almost a mirror image of what happened in Saudi.
It's gone. No, it's gone.
His legs have been gone for about...
Again in the 5th round. Can you believe it? And the count is coming in. 15 seconds left. Will Johnny Fisher get up? Just about. And Dave Allen has got a few seconds left in the round to jump. The legs have gone. And Dave Allen here. Can he follow up? Fisher
needs to come in. His legs have gone.
Dramatically here. It is a massive win for the Doncaster heavyweight, as
just out of respect, he doesn't celebrate. Johnny Fisher just being tended to by the paramedics, and Dave Allen showing enormous respect here. But he just stood with him and delivered the punches, and that is astonishing.
What a shot, what a win, the win of Dave Allen's career. Unbelievable scenes, Barry.
The clinical approach for that round there from Allen, like before he knocked him down, he just went about his work, blasé almost. But when he knocked him down, he went onto the corner, Allen, and there was an expression on his face like he thought this is what was supposed to happen.
Do you know what? It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Dave Allen has had his ups, his downs. He's been out of boxing, in boxing, but that is the victory of his long 13-year career, and he's done it on a big stage in Johnny Fisher's Copper Bosch, and he did it when he was losing rounds. Brilliant.
Adam, the truth is, Dave Allen's had opportunities to shine, to make that step up, and he's either let himself down in the gym or on fight night. That's the truth of it, in my opinion. But tonight, he turned up and delivered.
And you saw the switch flick. You saw at some point he just went from tapping about and putting the shots there to really trying to punch through the target. I thought Johnny was gone on his feet for about 20-25 seconds there. I think he did a really good job from skimming around that back rope from us and staying on his feet, because even when he got back here you could see his legs were all over the place.
Johnny Fisher's crowd here are silent, but there is respect all around for Dave Allen and for what he's accomplished in boxing, and I think there's going to be a lot of people, Barry, in the trade who are really pleased that he's got his night.
Yeah, and because of such the kind of story he has and everything else, about the training facilities he had for most of his career, which were no facilities at all. Having to train with Darren Barker, which was the worst thing ever. No, but I mean, all these things for you. He gets it, and also we're all about second chances, aren't we? Giving a second bite of the cherry. He's taken full opportunity of that. But that last round there, he was menacing, clinical, he was ruthless. That was a fantastic. If he boxes the rest of his career like that last round, he's a problem.
That was the round of his career when he put everything together. He showed us class, he showed us power, he was hurt by body shots, the jab was working from Fisher, but Allen stuck with him, and the maturity and everything, Sonny, he's worked so hard for, and that right hand started it all off.
And that's the problem with being a mountain of a man. Once you do get hit, it becomes very hard to get out of the way. And I think Dave was more economical. I think he was cuter. I think he let Fisher throw heavy punches, use some energy. And as soon as he went in that fifth round, Johnny couldn't keep up with him.
That body shot there was brilliant from Allen, and he was thinking about each punch conservatively, and
his legs are gone.
But Adam, look how calm he is with the approach. He doesn't rush his work, he's not worried about nothing, he's just thinking, yeah, there's a shot there, I can see the gap here. He's not trying to knock him out, he's just trying to land with the shots.
Because, Barry, he's in a mentally and physically great place. I think Dave Allen, over the last few months, he's been around boxing a lot, he's been back, he's got a smile on his face, and that was a super win.
And two children. He's fighting for something else now, Dave Allen, where it was for himself before. It's for something else now, the two children, to provide for them. And the way, look, I thought you was right, Sonny, exactly what you thought Johnny Fisher was sort of weathering the storm really, really well. He goes down, and then you think there's not enough time left for Dave Allen, but what a finish, what a left hook.
Do you know what? Johnny Fisher loses for the first time. Most thought Dave Allen won, but it is 1-1 in terms of mathematics, so there could be a trilogy, we don't know, but it is Dave Allen's night. And I tell you what, in Doncaster next Friday at the Echo Power Stadium on the big bill for DAZN and GBM, Dave Allen should be carried aloft into that stadium.
His toes are gripping the canvas like crazy there, Dave Allen. The way when you look at it from one angle, he's just swinging his arms. When you look from the other, he's digging in every shot in.
And every single shot, those punches are the hardest to defend from. One's round the side, one's through the middle, one's round the side to the body.
He's back in decent shape under Jamie Moore, and at 34 there's still time, but he does need to get back to winning ways against this Frenchman, Karim Berejam. Let's find out. There's the right hand, which hurts Berejam early. And you were right, Darren. He wants to get it all down. In the first 10 seconds, the Frenchman's on it. The seat of his pants and the legs are wobbly. And Dave Allen could be on the verge of his quickest victory ever here. The pink and blue shorts. Darren and Barry can't get a word in because Dave Allen is going for it.
Yeah, he's really going for it here, isn't he? Looking for that overhand right, just telegraphing it that time, but he's not messing about. Nice right uppercut as well. Really good work, this punishing work from Dave Allen.
Always had the talent, body shots. The Frenchman still looks confused in that neutral corner. Allen again, uppercuts raining it down for the second time. Tells him Dave Allen wins in a round, and he is back. And 2026, maybe he fights for a British title. The Dave Allen adventure continues.
Listen to him. Listen to him go. Incredible. Just do that every single time you fight.
What he has shown, Dave Allen, is if you're not at this level, he just obliterates you. He absolutely does. I mean, he's always reaching for the next biggest thing, and he took the risk against Mahmoudov. It was a step too far, but he didn't care.